everyone, and welcome to Nepa TV. I'm Jeep Girls, and we have some extraordinary games for you this evening, starting off with the Los Angeles Destroyers as they take on the Florida Laser Sharks. Before we get into those matches, though, we are going to take a quick walk through the arena to see how Echo Arena is played. Echo Arena is a zero-gravity virtual reality sport that requires teamwork, skill, and communication to succeed. The arena features a spawn area where the game begins. Players enter the arena through a launch tube that has a catapult ring inside to increase speed. As they enter, the teams race to be the first team to get to the disc in the center, which is also called the joust. Players enter the arena full of geometric shapes that can be used strategically during a match. The three basic player positions are striker, midfielder, and goalie. Each player's Echo unit is equipped with a thruster on each wrist, a booster on the back, and brakes to slow players down from the high speeds. Regrabbing or stacking is a common technique used in-game. This is demonstrated when players use each other repeatedly in a slingshot motion to increase their speed. Another useful skill is stunning. This allows the players to temporarily disable the opponent's movement. Stunning can be countered by using the blocking skill, which causes the stunner to be stunned. As the offensive team progresses through the arena with the disc, the defending team protects their bubble, which serves as a three-point line around the goal. When players enter the bubble, a goal counts for just 2 points. When a team scores, the disc spawns on the opposing team's end of the arena to give them the joust advantage.
And then the moment they ready up, we're going right to the live game from your 2 blocks.
And the rules of this game are a little different in the Nepa Pro Series. We have 8-minute quarters, a 5-minute halftime, and teams are allowed a 1-minute timeout per team per half. The 5th player is allowed in the spawn area, and overtime is the golden goal. There is no toxicity or discriminatory behavior allowed in the Nepa Pro Series. So let's take a look at who we have playing tonight. The Los Angeles Destroyers as they take on the Florida Laser Sharks. And Brutus, how are you this evening?
Jeep, I'm doing great. Pleasure to be here with you. A little bit of a delay, but happy the viewers stayed with us because we got some great matches coming up for tonight. First one's going to be the number 7 current in the standings, LA Destroyers, 2-2 in the West, going up against number 5 Florida Laser Sharks, also 2-2 in the West. Slightly ahead based on the stats, but a couple of teams anxious to get on the positive side of 500, and you know they're going to be playing their hearts out tonight. So glad the servers are cooperating, and we're going to get to see some awesome Echo action tonight.
Absolutely, and we do have a roster update for the Florida Laser Sharks. They have joined, Meatballer has joined the team, so that's going to be exciting this evening as well to see him in the arena.
That's right, and a quick look at the teams there. You can see one team coming in off of a loss, Florida Laser Sharks coming off of a win at the end of the day. They're both sitting at 2-2. They want to get on that positive side of 500 and work their way up the rankings as we continue through the season. So expecting to see a good showing. For those that didn't see it, we saw Venom and Thunder interviewed earlier this week. Just 2 awesome players who represent the Nepa Pro Series so well and everything that it's all about. So excited to see them in action tonight. And for our folks that haven't signed up on the PDR yet, get to nepaprovr.com, check it out, get yourself signed up. If you're not already on a AAA team, look to get on one, and you might see yourself called up just like Meatballer did. Exciting
And
match.
Yes, absolutely. We're getting started. Sir Dimwee and Palador, welcome to the game.
Hey, that's me. Dimwee, that's you. Go, go, go.
Indeed,
Welcome,
that's going to be a first touch of the Los Angeles Destroyers. On the left in orange, of course, Florida Laser Sharks on the right in blue. Someone asked, who is Meatballer replacing at his Skinny? Skinny not in here. Lock shot there. Goes just wide as it ricocheted off of the shield there. So Florida Laser Sharks coming out swinging in this one. It was the first touch to the Destroyers, but the Laser Sharks somehow getting possession in their own zone. They're now on the offensive attack. They did have a good shot. They had a good opportunity there. There was Andy W. Who took that shot on the far side. But now Meatballer activated. They did not waste any time. And there it is. Andy W. from Meatballer. Meatballer getting his first offensive point as Andy W. is going to get the Florida Laser Sharks on the board first here.
Yeah, and well, everyone's saying good to meet Baller here on the chat, and we're happy to see him there. Same kind of thing. One of those players who almost a glaring omission, you would think, but glad to see him making it into the Pro Series now and getting some shine because Meatballer is just a dominant force, definitely across the seasons of VRML and across all of Echo.
Now, very protected offensive joust here for the Destroyers. They played very low in their own zone there. The passes were all near Geo, though that's going to be a turnover. Only for a moment, Zenith gets it picked up there off that chain. Zenith and Leverage got there first. Zenith now down to the floor to Kaznaz, pressing in. Little Laser Sharks are back in their bubble. They have one out. That is Meatballer on the forecheck. Gets that one picked off. It's set out. That one's all the way down into the Destroyer zone. Into their bubble, in fact. A dangerous bounce there. They have a chain in, but picked up there by Andy W. Goal is open. Still open. There it is. Andy W gets his second. The second goal of the game. 4 points on the board to the Laser Sharks.
Yeah, Andy W down. That's 2 in a row that time, just off the boost. So assisted himself with the speed, and always a good thing to help yourself too in this style of Echo Arena these days, which is ever the more fast. I know I say that every year, but it seems like month by month, players are just getting quicker.
Oh, they absolutely are. The pace of the game just gets faster and faster. It's like we're heading towards a singularity of speed.
Oh no!
The game's gonna explode. So Leverage handles this one here. But they're short, stunned out there, sending them on a crossover, does complete that pass, so mishandled there. Big Bot loses control. Thunderfoot will get that one picked up, looking to send that one out, does get it to the valley and through. That is through mid there. They get a chain down there, Meatballer with it. Looking to take that shot, it's off of a head there. Leverage got in the way. As that one's gonna get turned around and all the way down to the Laser Sharks bubble here. They do have a defensive chain there to pick that one up. That is Andy W. Was there with Thunderfoot, both those players playing back right now. Without their fifth in this one at the moment, it looks like maybe dropped out incidentally. Meatballer gets that one cleared out. Jaywalker, that is unfortunate, as that is going to get sent across. So they are on offense right now as Venom handles this one. Going to go ahead and send that one back to Meatballer on the back line here. Patient play from the Laser Sharks. So good disc movement, good cycling. Zandy Debbie bringing it in. Oh, pulls it. Tried to pull the ender, didn't get stunned out anyways. Takes a shot. Gets some points there. Andy W. again for Meatballer.
Yeah, that's a couple of those plays now from Meatballer to Andy. And then third one just all by himself off the boost. But Andy certainly on a quick roll here for the Laser Sharks. And uncontested thus far on the scoreboard, it seems. But can't imagine that'll maintain for too long as Kaz rolls out and gets a good stun on Venom before dishing it to Leverage, just playing evasively as well.
And again, I mean, that's the Destroyers' rollout. Their preferred rollout, it seems, to play very near the floor, near the edges of the arena, to try to keep the chains from the defensive chains from being too aggressive. Leverage edge of the bubble. Zenith behind. Zenith uncontested. Not able to get that one to the goal. Though recovered here by Kaznaz. He tried to scoop it to Big Bot. Actually gets to the Leverage. Jaywalker's back in the game as Andy W gets that one picked off in the bubble. Clears it out to the far side. They have a chain away. Are they going to get the free shot? There's nothing but blue bodies. Andy W has 4 goals in the game. He is the only player yet to score. That time of 3. Wow.
Absolutely. Andy may be on blue, but he is seeing red at the moment and very well red on that pickup. So 9 points. They're on the edge of a double-digit advantage in the first quarter. And I can attest firsthand how damaging that can be because it just sets the tone for the rest of the quarters. You have to play catch-up now. So really, they need to start finding some traction here for the Destroyers.
That is a matter of fact. That's not how you're going to do it. Clear there. Almost an incidental self-goal. The Big Bot's going to get it picked up. Pressure by Venom, and Big Bot also under pressure does get that one up to Leverage. So Destroyers kind of playing on their back foot at the moment. And I mean, as you pointed out, Palador, that a lead like this so early on can really, I mean, it gets to be more than just that uphill battle. Oh, big pick off there, Andy. Maybe stops that one from going in. But also, it also turns into the mental game battle as well. You're not just fighting points. You're fighting yourselves at that point as well. As a big setup there. This time, Andy W to Jaywalker, who is just out of the building, puts his team up by 11.
There you go, Jaywalker back in the mix indeed. And for those who watched the streams from just last weekend over Saturday, it was those Ignite players across different teams, granted, who were absolutely popping off between Jaywalker, Ryan, and Game in their individual matches. Absolutely the MVPs. So it was definitely one of those days and something to watch here now on this pleasant Wednesday Eve.
Double stun there, Big Bot Meatballer gives Leverage some space to move that one up to Zenith. Zenith, though, going to back this one out. His team is pressing on the bubble, though. They have 2 No, just one there. That's Kaznaz bringing it in and gets it. Went 1v2, kind of 1v3 strategically, but really 1v2, and got the points. That's going to give the Destroyers their first goal of the game here. It was 6 minutes in.
Yeah, the stabilizer. Kaznaz able to put it in off the assist, as you noted. They needed it, and with that, now they can at least breathe a slight sigh of relief. They're still down by a little bit, but oftentimes in those scoreless situations, it's always that first one that is by far the most difficult to get going.
I mean, that is the trend. You know, breaking the ice, vitally important to do. Also, you know, not just reminding yourself that you can score, but also that the other team can be scored on. That they tighten you up against, as it can sometimes feel, can bleed. As the Laser Sharks tighten in this one, set up their Venom from Andy W. They get that they return goal there, Venom. That's 6 goals in this quarter to the Florida Laser Sharks.
And gotta mention, I know it's only the first quarter, but at least first half MVP candidate already. And Andy W, he's got 9 points, 2 assists, 3 saves, and a steal. No
Unreal.
zeros on the board at all for Andy thus far. Every category with some stats in it.
You know, it's one thing to clear your eggs off the board. It's another thing to do it that quickly. Sit down, Andy W, or not. Give us a show. As Meatballer, big pickup there, sends this one in. That's a fling. That was one of those. Had it gone in, we could talk about intentions versus expectations. He intended it for it to go in, but he wasn't necessarily expecting it to go in. Zenith on the far side is going to continue. Wow, what a dusty! Shuts Andy down. Zenith setting this one up, does get it to his teammate Kazash, bringing this one in 2v1. Oh, stunned up by the goalie. Who was that? Who was that in goal? What a scoop. What a series of plays there. So Venom got a ridiculous stop there, but Zenith with the big scoop is going to beat the big man to the goal. Puts 2 points, another 2 points on the board here for the Destroyers.
What did I say on Saturday, Dimwee? Every single time we cast the the Destroyers, Zenith has one of those plays that gets us on our feet. Amazing.
Yep.
On that note, word from our sponsors.
Welcome to Big St. Charles Motorsports, the jackpot of motorcycles and power sports. The largest inventory and the best brands under one roof. Can-Am, Honda, Kawasaki, KTM, Sea-Doo, Ski-Doo, Slingshot, Suzuki, Yamaha, and more. Big St. Charles Motorsports, located in St. Charles, Missouri.
Saturday, December the 11th, we wrap up week 5 of the Nepa Pro Series. Catch all the action right here on our Twitch channel, the Nepa TV. Coming up on Saturday, the Austin Burners are taking on the Denver Raptors. Echo Club Kansas City will take on St. Louis Hustle, and the Chicago Wizards will face the Orlando Cyclones. You can only catch those here on Nepa TV. For more information on the teams, follow Nepa TV on social media or visit nepavrpro.com. Brutus, let's talk about this scoreboard. How are we looking on stats?
Yeah, the iHeartRadio scoreboard brought to you. Looking at stats, we're looking at Andy W. We mentioned it during the cast there, but we've got, of the goals scored, 6 of the 8 coming for the Florida Laser Sharks, and Andy W. has been involved with all 6. He's got 4 goals of his own, and he's got 2 assists to go along with that for their total of 13 points. But hats off to Zenith and Kaznaz, making some great plays, getting them on the board, and that's oh so important when we talk about the momentum of a game like Echo Arena.
All right, well, we're going into the next quarter, so thank you, Jeep Girls and Brutus. And yeah, Andy's one to watch out for. Started off shooting hot, and then started finding the teammates on the assists. That's the kind of game I like. Well-rounded, Dimwee.
Very well-rounded, as Florida Laser Sharks had a first touch on the disc there, but then lost possession. They had a nice possession for a moment. Oh, no, long shot. That one goes just wide. Who was that on the far side? He took that shot. I didn't catch it, but it's going to be turned around here. And Big Bot handling it on the bow tie, sending out one in, setting up Zenith, looking for the crop pass. It's Lovrich as the goalie gets stunned out. That is a good 2 points on the board. The Destroyers start the second quarter. After finishing the first of the goal, they start the second with another.
And there you go. So a great way to start the quarter. And with that, you look at the board and you say all of a sudden, okay, this is not too bad of a situation. We're within 7 points. That little intermission between quarters help at least cut off some of that momentum, perhaps, that the Laser Sharks had. But now what are they going to do after the hot start? A slower rollout, which, again, I like it. They're just kind of controlling the pace and going with whatever the defense is giving them, basically.
You see how Jaywalker narrowly avoiding Zenith in his own zone back there at the start of this play. That's the importance of those just quick jukes there. Nothing major. You see Zenith doing it there as well. It's these aren't, it's not this. It's not the kind of juking you think about when you hear people talk about juking when they're complaining about jukers, especially in pubs. Usually they're referring to somebody who's kind of going up and down the whole arena, not sending any passes off. But when you watch the games here, how important juking is to every single 1v1 situation to get away from those other players. Is what a play, Jaywalker! Wow. I swear, the angle on stream did not do that justice. That was phenomenal.
It was a great angle. Not only that, even the finish. So it was kind of going laterally across that front of the goal and then behind the back on the toss to find the just about the pocket at least. So throwing in even that extra little move there to make the disc even harder to read for the defense. A nice finish.
Phenomenal as Meatball is going to get this one turned over. Now sent across. Venom setting up Jaywalker. Jaywalker back across Meatballer, juking away from leverage. See that? It's just little jukes like that. Little jukes like that are so important. As Andy W behind the goal there to Jaywalker doing a couple more. Sending that one in low, goes a little bit too low. But collected by Meatballer again, though. Chain here from the Destroyers, very aggressive. Looks like they were maybe looking for a transition there. As Meatballer, though, opportunity sends it a shot. I was not expecting that. I don't believe the goalie was either. That's going to put the Laser Sharks up by 11.
Hey, wherever Meatballer is on the floor, you got to be aware that he is going to be a threat. So definitely just a quick release on that one. Meatballer with 3 assists so far, and that will be the first couple of points. Just to touch on your other point real quick, didn't we? I can definitely attest the juking, just the slight juking here and there, definitely an important part of maintaining control. It's something I'm kind of dealing with and trying to learn more of. You heard it here first, everyone. I am the next Ghost Duck as watch out! Undercover Jaywalker gets the disc back and nails it from 33 deep. How about that shot?
And all of this foreshadowing, leverage, right after... I have to point it out because it made me laugh. Right after the joust there, watch it back. Leverage got onto, I think it was Zenith's back, and Zenith holding the shield, could not get leverage off, and then leverage ended up getting the stun. It was very satisfying to see. It's one of my favorite moves to just kind of get on someone's back like that and it's very obnoxious. It's quite the obnoxious move, and I think that's why I love it so much because that one's gonna bounce off the back wall. Andy Dewey sending that one in. Looking at an empty goal, leverage though, got it stopped. Kaznaz looking for the clear, does get this one out. Single bounce there, that's dangerous. Puts it near the goal, but not near enough. Head bounce there by, who was that coming in? Was that Kaznaz? I'm not sure, but leverage will get the goal. In fact, it was Big Bot who hit his head on the way in. Be careful, sir. Concussions are a genuine concern in Echo Arena.
Yeah, I can attest also. My low ceiling says hi. But 20-8, we still have 4 minutes left in this second quarter, the first half now. They needed that shot from leverage. It was a nicely placed one there, just to stop that miniature run that they were putting on again the opposite way. Because it's in that territory where this goes in, and it does. This is once more starting to look like that first quarter where even though there's plenty of time in the whole match, you're still going to be playing catch-up now going into the third quarter if you can't put it on a run of your own soon.
Also, I got to point out where that play starts from. That's Jaywalker in the tube there. Was under heavy pressure, had to recover on the disc, and got a backhand fling to the bubble. That took just a beautiful bounce, put it right into Meatballer's hands there. As Los Angeles Destroyers, look at that. They just run a quick relay there, a deep relay, and Big Bot's going to get an empty 3 to put his team back within 11.
Oh, let me tell you something. One thing that will get you back in the game really quick are those rapid open threes off of Joust. That is, we saw it with Ryan the other day in the third quarter, right? Where a couple of those and suddenly a close game can balloon the opposite direction. Or in this case, a comeback could happen really quickly.
Zenith leverage takes it, sends it in. 2 points, another one. They're going to be back within 9. And, you mentioned that game with, off topic. We're not going to talk about that right now. Leverage, beautiful goal.
Yeah, well, either or, that's a 2 in a row now, didn't we? That were rather quickly off those jousts. So even though that one was a 2, still yet, rapid fire goals, a nice way to take away steam from the other team, if you know what I mean. As look at they do it again, and the disc just slipping by. They almost had another turnover, and that would have been almost timeout territory, I would say, for the opposite team.
The send in there. Defense is going to get their first Zenith up to Big Bot. Big Bot sending it laterally to leverage to Zenith. Nice disc movement here. As they push the defense back into their own zone. Although Zenith, good read there by Venom. That was a dead man's pass. As Venom looking to send this one up. Had Meatballer cutting in, but Meatballer stopped off on the Pac-Man block. Those get it picked up, though. That chain pressuring hard. That's Leverage and Zenith boosting around right now. Send back to Jaywalker here at the bow tie. The chain still moving around. Coming in here, looking to get that turned over. They do. Zenith gets it picked up and cleared away past the back line. That's out to mid. Are they going to get the chain together to get there? The defensive chain overshoots the chain there from the Destroyers. Was not quick enough. Looks like they got stunned out in their own zone. So it's going to be Meatballer in his own zone, sending this one into the near side tube. The Jaywalker. Jaywalker sending him across under pressure by Leverage. Pass is not good. Leverage gets it picked up, turning it around. 1 minute to go in the half. Still a 9-point deficit in favor of the Laser Sharks. Currently in possession. Not really. Kazmas gets it picked up over the Leverage, turning it back around for the Destroyers.
But you notice how much more difficult it's been for to control the disc here for the Laser Sharks. That's what turnovers will do, as we see another one here. But they kind of have a cascading effect where if you suffer a couple turnovers, all of a sudden they just come more quickly the next time around, and you start dropping the disc everywhere, it seems like, and just losing that rhythm to your passes and your clears, which we kind of see here. Although, as I do say that, they overshoot a disc, might still have an open 3 just yet.
Yeah, open 3 there for Venom. 15 meters out. So that bounce, which looked initially unfortunate, keeping it away from Venom, sending it out of the bubble, turns into a fortunate bounce. The Venom turns into a 3. You know, you got to be good to get lucky, as they say.
Yeah, and well, in that case, they were very fortunate that the goal was open for that long. Midfield, some of the stacks broken up, and then just weren't able to get back. Several players kind of floating through the midline, but no speed behind it, and plenty of speed on that 3, although a goalie in the way. That's going to conclude this half, didn't we? And there's still some space now for a comeback potentially, but it's going to be an uphill battle.
An uphill battle indeed. But with that said, we have a quick word from our sponsors. We'll be back with an interview, I do believe. See you in a minute.
When we go to work, 24/7 just isn't enough. We go 25/8, and we give it hell. And now we're giving some of that hell to you. We're celebrating all you Hellraisers out there with Operation 25/8. We're partnering with 25 of the hardest working people and companies online to help us give away 25 Hellcats in 8 weeks. Just go to Dodge.com, build it, click it, and we might just give it.
The Nepa Charity Cup, a LAN event you don't want to miss, will be March 18th through the 20th in St. Louis, Missouri. Busch Stadium hosts the Nepa Charity Cup, supporting Special Olympics. So come on out to the Redbird Club for the LAN event that will put you face to face with the names you know and love in the community and help support a great cause. Head over to nepavrpro.com for more information. I had the opportunity this week to meet up with one of the Los Angeles Destroyers, and that is Zenith. So let's take a listen to see what Zenith had to say. Okay, so tell me about the name Zenith.
Zenith. Okay. So I really like the letter Z, and my real name has 2 Z's in it. So it derives from that. And then Zenith is a really cool word that starts with Z. Then you double them up, and Z Zenith.
So tell me about your Echo history. When did you start playing?
Yeah. So I started playing, got a Rift back, Summer of the Rift 2017, and started playing Echo pretty much right away. So late July 2017. Played casually for the longest time. Eventually started playing with VRML preseason. Then VRML led into Nepa, and here I am.
So we talked about who you were most excited to play. Who are you most excited to meet at LAN?
There's a lot of people. That's a long list. But I think number one is my teammate Leverage. Super awesome guy. Love playing with him here in Nepa and also previously in VRML and Kangarillas. And I'd love to meet him.
If you could share one piece of advice with new Echo players, what would it be?
Have fun. If you're having fun, then... So having fun is step one. Once you start having fun, then you can start stepping up. And what stepping up looks like is playing with people you like to play with, but having those players get as good as they can over time and enjoying playing with people who really enjoy the game and are trying to have the same goals as you. And then that's where you keep stepping up.
What is a quick skill or drill that you can share that younger players could work on their own?
I think so. The go-tos are obviously regrabbing and shooting. I think for regrabbing, the most underrated one is doing circles, right? So there's always going back and forth, but changing direction is really important. So if you can do circles around the arena, either bouncing off the walls or negotiating just through the air, then that'll make you a much better player.
What do you feel is the toughest position in the arena to play?
I think goalie is the toughest position because there's so much pressure on you. If you miss a shot, or if you miss a save rather, it's kind of on you. Whereas there's not as much of an expectation to score as there is to not be scored on, which is why I don't play goalie.
You don't like playing goalie, or what position do you play?
I'm mostly a midfielder, but
Midfield.
recently I've played more towards striker.
How did it feel to hear your name, Zenith, called during draft night for the Los Angeles Destroyers?
Well, it was super exciting. I mean, I had a feeling I was going to get drafted that night, but to have it be by Leverage, who's a player I've loved playing with for a couple months before that, it's super exciting, and I'm glad that that's the team I was drafted to.
And welcome back, and a big shout out to Zen Mom, who's always in the Twitch chat. Very nice to meet you as well. All right, Mr. Brutus, we have partial stats. There they come. That looks much better.
Yeah, it sure does. And it was a much better second quarter for the Los Angeles Destroyers, just not enough for them, but it was good to see Loveridge get in on the action after Zenith and Kaznaz made a little bit of an impact there in the first quarter. But at the end of the day, any little run that they got going, the Florida Laser Sharks were able to deal with. Andy W. had that amazing first quarter. When he wasn't scoring, he was making the assists. But here in the second quarter, Venom getting on the board, Jay Walker getting involved, and Meatballer finds himself in the points column as well, being brought up tonight for the first time. So really an all-around team effort from the Florida Laser Sharks. There were a couple of runs there by the LA Destroyers. They were able to keep themselves in the match. So second half is still a total possibility, but it's definitely going to be an uphill battle as the Florida Laser Sharks have had an answer for everything the Destroyers have thrown at them tonight.
All right, so we are going to the second half. Thank you very much, Brutus and Jeep Girls. And Sir Dimwee and Paldor here on the cast. We're rocking, rolling, we're going. Let's see if this comeback is a reality.
Zenith, the subject of that interview there, sending that one in. Big bot loses a handle. Goal is still open. Goal is still open. What is going on? How do you... Come on, man! Kaz has stuff there. Loses control of it. This one down to the floor. Big bot picking it up. Has Kaz on the right. Goes left to Zenith. Zenith at the edge of the bubble. Looking for the cut. Goes off the backboard. Kaz is there. Does scoop it. Gets it in for the two. The Destroyers get the first goal here of the second half. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was a wild start to the first few attempts there, but Kaznaz eventually rebounds it and puts it in. So they're back within 10. Like we say, the beginning of these rounds, these quarters, and especially the half for that matter, after the 5-minute break in between, you want to be able to set that new rhythm for the rest of this one. So kind of seeing if that pressure can maintain. Maybe they can cause some more turnovers like they were doing in quarter two. And before you know it, Destroyers will be right back in it.
Zenith, a soft reset there to Kaznaz. Kaz has Big Bot behind Big Bot, and I'm pushing up as Jay Walker on the forecheck here. Leverage. Oh no, Jay Walker. Oh no. Oh, that's off the barrier. They got lucky. They got lucky. That is luck that did not go in. Jay Walker does not usually miss those. His Meatballer sending that one back. I mean, literally, that is his specialty. Intercepting and sending in threes. Zenith, though, looking for one of his own. Oh, come on! How many of these are we gonna get? I can't even talk. Leverage, there's the recovery. No, that was gonna go wide. Picked up here by Meatball, looking to send it out of the bubble. Does get it away, and that went all the way up. But wow, the opportunities here.
Yeah, that was so close. It just dinged on the inner rim. It seemed like it was right there. That said, they might not really be worried about it yet because they still have a potential walk-in as the defense attempts to collapse back into the bubble. But looking to press that is Leverage and co, so they will in fact find that extra pass as they do. And the whirl into the goal. It's Zenith in a wind and a wind-up at that.
Zenith making his presence known gets the Destroyer's second goal in the quarter. In fact, the second goal of the quarter, or of the half as well. Quarter and half. So it's 2 unanswered goals here from the Destroyers. 2.5 minutes off of the clock. Andy W handling this one for the Laser Sharks, sending that one through mid into the hands of Venom. Venom up to Jaywalker here on the near side. Chain, though, coming back quickly. That is Zenith and Leverage causing that turnover. Zenith with the send up to Big Bot. Big Bot with the clear. Chain is after it. Zenith gets there. No, nobody gets grabbed. Leverage with the pickups. Goal is still open. There it is. Gets the points. And just like that, Destroyers are back within 6.
There we go. So this is what we were seeing in the second quarter. Indeed, the turnovers being caused aplenty. There have been at least a few of them so far in just these opening minutes of the quarter, and they have led to these points each time now. So that is a very good sign, surely, for the Destroyers to be back within 6 after all that.
The Laser Sharks here with quasi-protect scheme. At one receiver stay back a little bit. Interesting, kind of a. There's a cool roll out there as this one gets sent into the, because basically they set up in a way they had 2 deep and 2 back, but they were also close enough to pair up 2 and 2 if they needed to. It's almost what they're kind of basing around. It looks like as this one gets cleared in though by the Destroyers to the edge of the bubble, picked up by Jaywalker. Looking to send that one out to mid, does get it to Venom. Venom going to slow this one up, letting his team get into position. Send up there to Meatballer. Meatballer though misplays it. Little slap back, maybe a back pass. Does get it to Zenith. What a pickup there. Barely getting it away from the blue team as Big Bot sends that one through the far side too. This one's out, excuse you. As this one now into the near side trap. Looking to pick it up. Leverage. Stunned out. No, loses a handle on it, but still gets it to, who was that? Kaznaz. And just a lot of disc movement right now. Nobody, very patient play. Everyone kind of trying to catch somebody out, but nobody really missing their assignments right now. As Venom pressuring Kaznaz, look at it, and sends it back again here for the Destroyers.
Yeah, they really are catching them outside. How about that, Dimwee? But out here is Big Bot from the outer reaches and past the inner reaches of Leverage.
Oh, Chain there to pick it up. Jaywalker sends that one out. That one was on its way to the cloud. That could have been a cloud shot. I don't know. It's Jaywalker. It absolutely could have been an attempt at one as Leverage. Turning this around to the Destroyers. A bit of a kind of no scoring. We've been scoreless. How many? What, a minute and a half now? Probably going on 2 minutes. Although that is not good. Andy W looking to track this one down. Goal is open. Jaywalker looking to play defensively. Oh no! Kaznaz got the stop, but it goes in anyways. Florida Laser Sharks are back up by 8.
Yeah, I mean, Andy may be trying to get cooking again, but Kaznaz, unfortunately, with the chef's kiss at the end of it. Well, 27-19.
Did you write those down? Like, did you have those written down? Were you waiting? Were you sitting on those?
I'm sitting in my chair, Dimwee.
My goodness. My goodness. Leverage, that was too smooth. It's so smooth, it's sus. The kids even say that anyway. Anyways, Kaznaz, far
That's why they call me a sus chef. Oh, wait, no, sous chef.
Oh, goodness gracious. Kaznaz, shot there, sends it in on the goalie, gets the point. Destroyers are back within 6 again. Although last time they were within 6, it was, 2 minutes without a goal, and then the goal from Andy off of Kaz. Very interesting flow we have in the moment.
Yeah, very much so. I believe we started, 13 points separating on this quarter and cutting the lead down to 10, then to 6. Some goals back again for the Laser Sharks, but we're back within 6 again. So really this game is clamping down into the wire. The last quarter, I think, is going to be one of those down-to-the-wire situations, just based on the flow. The defense really picking up speed here as the offense gets it going nonetheless. So that gives them a little bit more margin to work with, and just trying to end this quarter the right way and hold on to that lead, if nothing else, because let me tell you something. This Destroyers team, they've really, after that initial shaky start, they have put on the clamps a lot better now in these last couple quarters.
Venom also got the stun out on the goalie at the last second there. It's a beautiful stun. Oh, no, Meatballer. He was going for a floor shot. That's not going to go in, though. Goes off of the boot. Meatballer gets it picked up on the near side. Was that Jaywalker? I said Meatballer. I think it was actually Jaywalker. Excuse me. They both have long names that end in double digits that look like double zeros. As Jaywalker does get it in for the 2. Puts his team up by 10 as we look to close out the third quarter here. Still a minute to go.
And there's that run I was talking about. Still a couple of goals in a row in their own right. And if they manage on the Laser Sharks, or if they do turn it over, cause a turnover again, we could be looking at basically just a nullified quarter. Right here, there it is. If they make a 3 there, that would have put us at the same place we were at halftime, despite all this positive momentum that they were building for the Destroyers.
They got to watch Jaywalker. That is that far side spot there for Jaywalker. It's the right side. This Meatballer gets a hand on that. They have to watch Jaywalker there. That is a spot. I'm going back 2 years when I was on Nova and we played Ignite. When we played Ignite, at that time they were Joker, and the number of interceptions Jaywalker had on me on that side, it was so deflating. It was so impossible to continue playing in that game. Because he shut me down so hard and was always on that side when he did it. That's his strong side there. It's Leverage looking for one more opportunity. He goes to Zenith. And there they go. They put the cap on the quarter to bring him back within 9 as we close this one out. And we're going to go to a quick word from our sponsors. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter, which I guarantee you, don't go anywhere because it will be a barn burner.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. I choose you.
Friday nights at 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. Be sure to check out Late Night with Ivan Thrive right here on Twitch. You never know what you're going to see or hear when Ivan sits down with your favorite Echo units. So join us right here on twitch.tv/the Nepa TV at 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern on Friday nights. Those are always super fun. Ivan has a great show going on over there. Okay, I thought we were going to have a severe comeback that got really close. The Destroyers came in really hot there in that third quarter, and
Yeah, it was. It's a game of streaks, Jeep. We have seen LA Destroyers continue to fight to stay in this thing. They've got 8 more minutes to try and keep that up, but the Florida Laser Sharks have had the answers. Destroyers able to close the gap. It's down to an 8-point game, so it's still anybody's match, but it's going to take everything to try and bring that back now because the Florida Laser Sharks able to answer there at the end of the third quarter. We'll send it back to the booth.
All right, thank you guys. Right back to it. Here's the fourth quarter. Did we? Maybe the first score mighty fast, but a good grab from Meatballer will undo it.
Yeah, I was looking at the Destroyers maybe getting they did it at the end of the half. At the end of the first half, they got that last second goal. Then they started the third quarter, the second half, with a goal. And oh, no look there from Jay Walker. Sir, calm down. This is a pro series, okay? It's not a private. And Jay Walker backing this one out. It's going to go all the way back to the back line there. Of course, I'm joking. It's a viable shot. It is a viable shot, especially if you practiced it. It's just, you know, when they miss it, you like to rub it in a little bit because they usually don't miss it. So, you know, you got to take your shots when you can. As that's going to be a turnover there. Zenith gets it picked up, sends it out. That one's all the way down. Oh no, off the cloud block, keeps it in that far side trap. That's why we call it the trap. As some activity, somebody is having some issues at the moment, but this is going to be picked up by Big Bot on the near side. Excuse me, Meatballer turns it around. They have a chain. Looking to track this one down. No, defensive chain gets her first. That is Zenith. They're stopped. Meatballer, open goal. Gets it for the 2. Florida Laser Sharks back up by 10.
Punishing. Everything happened so quickly in that last exchange that maybe a missed call out or miscommunication there resulted in the stun from Meatballer, taking that disc away. And the only saving grace there on the opposite end is maybe be happy that it was not a 3. But a tough giveaway there to make it a double-digit advantage once again, going the way of Laser Sharks.
Ooh, big stun out there on the back line. Venom caught out, although no. Meatballer gets it picked up. Look for the long shot. That one's quite well off the mark. Was basically the center of the barrier. As Danny W is going to get it picked up for the Laser Sharks. Still in possession, though. Nice read there. At mid, I believe that was Kazna sending us out. Edge of the bubble here. Meatballer, no. It's going to be Loveridge getting it picked up. Going over here to Big Bot. Bringing it in behind the goal. Oh, was trying to set up Zeta. Zeta tracking this one down to the ceiling. Inverts, goes over to Loveridge. Bringing this one, no. One more behind the goal. There's the one-timer from Big Bot. Bringing the scene back with an 8.
Very unselfish play there around the bubble. Lovely disc cycling, and Big Bot doing the good thing and recognizing when that pass came to him. The defense hadn't even turned around quite yet to address him, so wasting no time. A lot of times, you'll see players get the disc on the clock, the backboard there, and they'll hold on to it for a few seconds. They'll try to juke out the defenders. But hey, if there are none looking at you, then just shoot it before they can turn around and see it.
Good pick up there. Zenith in the bubble. Destroyers get this turnover here. Leverage with it on the near side. 5 minutes to go in the game. An 8-point deficit in favor of the Laser Sharks. Leverage sending it up through mid. Gets a good bounce there. That one's going to get it all the way down. They have a player in the area. Just got to play the man. Oh, good play. Who was that? Venom. Fantastic play to get that one away. Though Zenith is going to get it picked up on the far side. Shovels it back to Leverage on the back line, pulling Meatballer way out. Meatballer, very dangerous play there, very aggressive. The Zenith sending this one near side to Big Bot. They've got one on the floor, the edge of the bubble. Big Bot, though, is going to back this one out. Did not like what he saw. Zenith, though, walking it in. Now goes to the floor there to Kaz. And as Kaz, look for a lane. No, goes back to Zenith, who loses the handle, but still gets the shot off. What a play there from Zenith. And that brings his team back within 6 again.
And through an absolute snowstorm of players, you see all those bodies within just a couple feet of each other. So somehow, look at that. Everyone just anchoring on each other over the replay. But hey, where there is an opportunity, Zenith finds a way.
And that's we see it all the time. I mean, you reference every once in a while. He has at least once in every game. He has one of those goals that blows us away. But when he gets in the bubble, he finds a way to do it. He you know what I mean? It's that thing where like his instinct will figure out a pathway that most of us don't usually consider. As this one, Andy Nepa gets it picked up on the back line. That chain that was looking to track that one down. But it's just so impressive the things he'll do to get for that final inch there. Just get that last little bit to get it into the goal. It's fairly unrivaled. Very few players who have a similar ability to always get that in when they're inside the bubble. One that comes to mind, Oculizator, is another one. Game is another one. Those kinds of players. A long shot there from Jaywalker off the mark. Back out. Jaywalker picks it up. The stun out by Leverage. Disc is loose. Leverage gets there and slaps it away.
Man, nice job by Leverage, and this could maybe buy an opportunity. Oh, the headbutt dribble play, but they were not able to pick it up on the other end. This is the thing here. They're making a nice run in this fourth quarter now, but this has been the case in every quarter where they've had to come from behind. They know at this juncture, Dimwee, they basically have to play some perfect defense, and they just cannot allow too many more scores to go while simultaneously putting a bunch more on the board on their own right.
Kaznaz, pulls off a nice Dusty there, and Andy, that is the second time Andy has been the subject of a really nice Dusty. The first one was from Zenith. That's Leverage setting out with it. Kaznaz hitting the sealable slam. Patented sealable slam. That puts him back within 4 here. They are starting to catch up. 2.5 to go.
Of course, shout out to Sealable Bag of Kangorilla's fame. Indeed, that was, again, they have to play almost perfect these last couple minutes, and they executed once again. Love to see it. This is not an easy team here in Laser Sharks. After the initial slow start, they have been on a roll in recent weeks, and you can see it. With that said, he can 3 it. Big Butts gets them within 1.
That is fantastic work there. Big Bot gets that turnover, sends it in. 2 minutes to go here. We have a 1-point game. This one is, in fact, coming down to the wire. As the Florida Laser Sharks off of a victory last week against the Legends. Both teams 2-2, 50-50 on the season. So far as Jaywalker sending out one up to Meatballer. Meatballer, has the room, has the time, just going to walk it. Ducking Leverage. Letting his team get in a position here. Jaywalker does get in the offensive zone, sends it across to Andy W. Has to play this one. Recover it, does. Sends it in. Patient play here from the Florida Laser Sharks. They get the opportunity. Jaywalker gets into the bubble, sends it low side on the goalie. He puts his team back up by 3. There's just over a minute to go.
You know what I love about that too was how casual it was, and not in a bad way, but in the sense that they've eaten a few goals in a row, have the Laser Sharks, and yet you throw it in those veteran hands of Jaywalker, who's been there, done that in high pressure situations. Still sunk it with ease on the juke, and then the shot itself was not panicked at all despite the situation.
Set up there. Zenith going to Big Bob, but he gets stuffed there. Andy W. turning it right back around. 1 minute to go. This one into the Destroyer's bubble. Picked up here by Andy W. Ooh. Oh, no. You cannot be dinging it right now, Andy. As if Phantom sends that one down the floor. Meatballer looking to pick it up. It's going to be Big Bot instead. The clear out is not good. That one's down to the floor. Good recovery there. The Zenith with the slap to get it to the valley, but Meatballer gets it picked up instead. Still a 3-point game. Meatball sending this one out. It's going to be Kazan, as I said, picking it up, looking for the reset. Does get it to Big Bot on the back line. The Big Bot. Oh, what a pass to Jaywalker. Incidentally, open goal. Disc is loose. Jaywalker does not miss. Hits it for the 3, and that right there is what we call an ice. As he puts his team up by 6 points with only only 9 seconds on the clock. Jaywalker gets a win in for the 3. What a way to end it there.
Wow.
Jaywalker does get that one in. Palador, wow.
A lot of fumbling of the disc in that possession, and indeed the window was left open for just a second, but we saw, as I said a minute ago, right, Jaywalker, even though he did lose a disc there, nice little save at the end, that calmness, saying, I've been in high pressure situations before, and he kind of, again, casually flung it for the ice. Jay in a nutshell, but what a game.
Jay in a nutshell. And yeah, we have bring it up now. Final T Stats brought to you by iHeartRadio. Yeah, fantastic performance from both of these teams. Really like what we saw out of both of them. And as we're gonna send it off shortly here to Brutus and Jeep, I got to throw my hat in the ring for the player of the game. Honestly, the entire Destroyers team. I don't have one tonight. The whole team did so well. I mean, look at their stat lines. They all put up a ton of points, a ton of assists, a bunch of saves. I can't pick. I literally can't pick.
How about you, Palador?
Pretty much the same. It was different people in different quarters, so I'm kind of on line with Dimly on that one. Each line is impressive in its own right, so I'm with him for once.
All right, Brutus. Well, that leaves it with you and I.
Yeah, well, that's easy with all those votes of confidence. But yeah, first off, hats off to the LA Destroyers. They kept this close. The closest quarter was the fourth quarter. They had it right there on the cusp. Just could not close it out. It was a game of streaks, and at the end of the day, the Florida Laser Sharks just had one more streak that the Destroyers couldn't answer to before they ran out of time. So hats off to all the players. A great match like we've seen throughout the Nepa season here for sure. But if I'm looking at how that game went, the tone was set by Andy W. in the first quarter. He got that first streak going, and although the Destroyers got close, they never quite got back, and it all goes back to Andy W. with 4 goals and 2 assists in that first quarter, creating the deficit that the Destroyers could just never come back from. So we saw some great play out of Jay. We saw some great play out of Venom. The Laser Sharks as a whole did a great job, but I think it was the tone that Andy W set that really made the difference in the outcome of the game. So I'm going to go with the winning team and Andy W tonight, setting that tone early.
Very good. Well, we've got 2 more matches for you. Up next are the New York Kings as they take on the Montreal Freeze. So don't go far. We will be back in just a few brief moments.
And we are back with another fantastic match for you. Second up, we have the New York Kings as they take on the Montreal Freeze. Brutus, tell me about these two fantastic teams.
Two teams coming in at 2-2. Both of them looking to get on the right side of 500. They're coming in on 6th in the East for the Kings, Strembisky, Jiggy, Al, Heck, and That Green Pigeon. And then with a second rank in the East sitting at 2-2, Cruisin' Zucks, Fire Ninja, Ender, and Choco Lit for the Montreal Freeze.
Well, I hope this is as exciting a match as the last one was. That was fantastic. Very back and forth, which these are my favorite games. So, okay. We see That Green Pigeon here. We haven't seen much of Green Pigeon. Do you think that's going to make a big difference having their full regular roster?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see for sure. That Green Pigeon definitely going to have an impact. But when you've got players like Strem and Jiggy, New York Kings are going to be just fine. They've got a tough matchup tonight, though. We saw Montreal Freeze play last week. Players like Cruisin', Fire Ninja, Ender, they're going to have their A game ready to go as well. And again, both of these teams looking to get above that 500 mark. Montreal sitting currently at number 2. They want to stay there. The Kings are looking to climb that ladder, statistically speaking, anyway. So I'm expecting a good matchup here in the East.
So when you say trying to get that 500, can you tell me what that means?
Yeah, so when we talk about records, if you're sitting at 2-2, that's 500, or 50% of your games you've won, 50% that you've lost. Both of these teams have a chance to either go 3-2 or 2-3 tonight. So somebody's going to end up above that 500 mark, and somebody's going to end up just below it. You know that they both want that badly, but most importantly, they're looking to position themselves as we continue through the season towards the upper end of the ladder, so that they're in position for later. So both of these teams coming out highly, highly motivated tonight is what I would expect.
Because we are in week 5, which is right kind of at the midpoint for the season, because we have nine weeks of regular season. So this is kind of the turning point right here.
It is. And in the game and in the season, momentum's so important. So as we see here, Montreal Freeze coming off of that loss to Echo Club Kansas City. It was a tight match, a great match. If people haven't seen it, go back and watch that replay. But a tough match. They came out with the loss there. They want to get back on the winning side of things so that they can keep that momentum going in the direction that they want. They're sitting at second in the East, so the sky is not falling, but they want to get back on the winning side of things. But the Kings are not going to bow down easily tonight.
They are not, and we just had somebody else drop out. It looks like we may have found a server, but I'm not quite sure because the Montreal Freeze has 3 players currently. They had 4 just a moment ago. So bear with us while we are working on getting into that server with a stable game. In the meantime, let's bring our casters for the evening, Sir Dimwee and Palador. How are you guys?
No one will ever know that because I'll never admit it on a public platform. it did used to be Sir Dimwit. That's how it was supposed to be pronounced too. When I yelled at people for calling me Sir Dimwit, I was just yelling at them because I wanted to. It was correct. Sir Dimwit was just a joke. Is that
You-
Haldor?
Our audio's live now, didn't we? So, or Sir Dimwit.
Oh,
Either
it
way.
is live.
Yes, indeed it is. And I think our game's about to be live.
Well, I hope so, because I'm really excited for this game. Our
Yes,
audio is
yes,
back.
indeed.
I don't
Well-
know how much of that got played live.
Hopefully all of it. That said, so now that we're audible, we're going to call an audible. Actually, no, we're going to go back to what we were saying with, starting with, in that one of the points of intrigue here, of course, is that we have Strembitsky, we have Ender, we have Cruzen, all from their championship win in VRML just a couple months ago. But here in Pro Series, they are bitter, bitter rivals. Isn't that right?
Oh yeah, that's right. I did a whole bit about that while nobody could hear me. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I can't do it again. That's the kind of thing that can only happen organically. There's a whole thing about like they hate each other. Things are awkward. We had to pull them apart at a couple press events. Stuff like that.
And that's just me and Dimwit we're talking about right now.
Yeah. So this is quite the rivalry here that we've got. Strembitsky and Ender. In fact, they were Strembitsky, Ender in game. Actually got into it a couple weeks ago on my Monday show, the show I do over on my own Twitch on Mondays, Monday morning. Those three really started going at it with each other, and it did actually get kind of awkward. Less so Ender. Ender, he just likes to talk. He's a talker. He's a big talker. He loves talking. Loves letting you know he's around sometimes. But the other they really got into it, and it was pretty awesome. I got to be honest, great content. I was very grateful for it personally. But there's some genuine rivalries being formed here in the Nepa Pro Series, and Strembitsky and Ender, those two have been button heads quite a bit. In fact.
Yeah, it's there's some of my favorite players to listen to just from the the people watching or listening perspective as a caster or in the arena as well. The banter's always great. There's fun personalities there. I was playing with Ender in one of the other community leagues, as you're aware of, a Friday or two ago. After he handed us defeat after a few rounds, I'm saying, okay, Ender, I know that didn't go quite as expected for me, but then he said something like, actually, that was worse than I expected it to be. I'm like, thank you, Ender. You may have won the battle, but you, sir, also won the war.
That's right, because my team got him back later in the night, right? We crushed Ender's team that night.
Yeah.
We actually absolutely crushed them.
I do recall you mentioning that, yeah.
Yeah, Ender got like 3 goals, only 3 goals. I got like 6 saves on. I got like 7. I got like 9 saves on Ender that night. It was crazy. It's like 12 saves on Ender. It's nuts.
Crazy is the right word to use in this situation, Dimwit. Absolutely.
Yeah. He didn't win. He didn't win.
Well, one of the other things on a separate note, on the other side of the floor here, with the Kings, that Green Pigeon, as of now, looking like he is prepped to play today. One of those players, as Jeep and Brutus were mentioning just a while ago, we haven't gotten to get the fullest look at here in Pro Series yet. I believe his second time, perhaps, playing. But in any case, a very talented player in his own right, and having their full roster present, definitely a strong potential for them to take away this win. Because you have people like Strem and Au, I know, have kind of a friendly rivalry going on across the months, and now on the same team. Heck and Green Pigeon, they've been on teams together in the past. I mean, there's a lot of good things going. We can finally have that full roster and execute your game plan, the way that it was meant to be.
Indeed. As still waiting. I'm not sure what the holdup is at the moment. I don't know if anybody can. Yeah, it says looks like we're going to be looking into that. I both teams are in the arena. They know, as far as I'm aware, they know we're waiting on them, and we're just waiting for them to ready up. You got Zux, Ender, Cruzen, Fire Ninja on the right in blue for the Montreal Freeze, and the Freeze have been doing really good this season. I mean, absolutely, they're 2-2, but the victories they've gotten, they've been really, really strong victories. I do expect them. Are they 2-2? I thought they were 3-1. Are they actually 2-2? Wow, I don't know why I thought they were 3-1. Anyways, doesn't matter. But yeah, I expect them to have a really, really strong postseason performance. The New York Kings, this team is one that I expect them to do a little bit better than they have been. And I think I'm not alone in that, especially Shambitsi being the first overall pick there. Kind of expected them to be basically number 1 or number 2, and they've been kind of struggling to keep up in the midfield. Although they have been getting stronger, like all the other teams, they have been getting stronger over these few weeks here.
Absolutely. And one of the things on that note that you want to look out for sure, with Strambitsky as the de facto captain and leader here of his team, at least, or first pick, maybe not the captain, depending on how inclined he is to schedule matches. But that said, a player that you just love to have on the field because he does do everything that he needs to do to kind of enable the rest of his teammates. Everyone knows Strembitsky as a player who can score from pretty much anywhere on the field. In the bubble, one of the most dangerous there is, right alongside the likes of your games and Oculus Aiders and Mozzie's, and just one of those strikers who can get anything they want at any time, it feels like. But also with that Kangorilla's history, player who passes a lot wherever it's appropriate, right? He'll set his teammates up. He likes assisting just as much as scoring, basically. And I think that's something to watch out for from his end in terms of if they're going to have like a nice bounce back game here this week.
I do not disagree, and it looks like the fifth player for the Montreal Freeze has joined. I believe that was a player we were waiting on, Phenom. Strem referred to Faye as the Freeze's substitute, so presumably we will see Zux, Ender Cruisin, and Fire Ninja as the main roster here from the Freeze.
If he's the Freeze's substitute, does that make him Sub-Zero? I thought it was clever.
I'm not laughing.
Well,
I've chosen not to laugh.
Carry on.
Apparently Jeep Girls is laughing right now, but I'm not.
You know what? I'll take it. Okay, I'll take it.
Now I'm laughing. I don't even remember what I was going to say. Honest to goodness, no. That completely threw me, just totally derailed the train of thought there. They don't call me Sir Derail for nothing, although you were the one to derail. Anyways, it doesn't matter. We're going to get started here soon.
All right.
That's enough filling time. We're going to get to the action here. The New York Kings on the left in orange, Montreal Freeze on the right in blue. Counting down here to get started.
All right, well, thank you everyone for joining us once again. I'm Palador, Sir Dimwee here on the casting booth as well. We got Jeep Girls hosting the focus on the cams, and watch out, fast off the joust, although it's awfully quiet in that bubble. Not even a mouse stirs, Dimwee.
Yeah, the entire New York Kings team were in their spawn room. Nobody came out. Oh, looks like maybe they were trying to get a timeout or something. I'm not sure. I'm honest to goodness not sure what happened there. We do end up in a timeout. So I'm not even sure if that goal is going to count, to be honest. We'll wait and see what's going on. But 15 seconds off the clock.
Oh, I see. So what happened was we were switching servers here a couple times to settle out some tech issues, and looks like on one of these switches, players had forgotten to set the rules to the four quarters and things like that. So that's the situation. Yeah. It'll happen to you. But thank you for your patience, otherwise at home. And thanks for joining us here on the cast.
So, all right. So earlier on, someone made a joke in the chat about because there was a one of the commercials that was playing. There's a car commercial, and they asked if the winning prize for the Nepa Pro Series could be a car. That's not the case. But if anyone could say what the first esports prize was, it was a car, and what the game was, and what the vehicle was. That was given away in that first tournament. As we're going to get started here, it's relevant to Oculus. In fact, there's a first touch there from the Montreal Freeze. There it is. They're going to get the first goal just like that. Last time was 15 seconds. This time 4. Zux with the points.
I was going to say, despite the fact that they had to reset that whole situation, kind of the same results, just a brisk score off that first joust. So, hey, right on the offense for the first time now. Offensive joust will be the Kings now.
And that's Shimbitsky handling it here for the Kings. Sending it to Pigeon. Pigeon back across to Jiggy. Jiggy does get that one sent up to Al, so they get through mid here. Al walking up, has Shrem on the far side. As Pigeon on the near side goes back to Jiggy on the back line. They all press in on the bubble. Everybody pressing on the bubble. Two blue players coming out on the forecheck. Fire Ninja gets a stun. Al had a hand on it, sent it down to the floor. Pigeon was not able to get the play. Instead, it'll be slapped out to the near side tube. Into the near side trap. Zux gets it, sends it back out. Someone's going to careen to the far side. Blue player's getting it first. Kind of slow paced at the moment. It seems like with all the delays there. Oh no, big stop. But Ender gets it back, gets it in for the 2. The Montreal Freeze are going to go up by 4. But with all the delays here, it feels like both teams are a little bit cold at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. And I was about to mention the same kind of thing, right? The task here, even in a normal situation, the first quarters oftentimes for teams are the warm-up process, or the feel-out process. But now you do have that external factor of, okay, we're a little bit delayed. There are some server switches. So, yeah, it might take an extra minute to find their bearings again, as we are seeing right here.
Now turnover there. Fire Ninja with it, sends it out. Zux and Cruising are chained up. Cruising, just undershooting it. Bounce is not favorable. As the send out, Strembitsky gets it back here for the New York Kings, trying to send it through mid. Jiggy, had it recovered, but Fire Ninja gets it back, but then Strembitsky gets it back again. As now Jiggy, near side. Sends it across into the hands of Shrem. Oh, looking for Pigeon. Pigeon took the shots off of the post. Shrem gets it back there on the far side. Behind the goal there to Al. Ooh, jukes that one up, but that one goes wide again. Zux had it. Al gets it disrupted. Al gets it back, sending it across. Good read there. Now better read. Shrem looking for the shot. No, goes behind the goal to that green Pigeon. 4th, 5th, 6th time the charm. New York Kings are on the board.
Yeah, credit to Strembitsky there, because on a couple of these plays in these opening minutes, he's been the one to somehow recover in a place where it looks like it wasn't recoverable. Playing a little janitorial duty there with just a lot of cleanup, but not only the cleanup, but the setup there as well for the score.
Now send out here. The send up to the near side. Nice play off the wall. Ender. Sending it back to the back line into the hands of Cruisin. Cruisin now walking up. Sends it across to Zux here. Zux back to Cruisin. Very patient play right now from the Freeze. We saw a little bit of this off their last attempt as well. Not playing too quickly. Zux though stunned out there by Strembitsky. Shrem looking to track this one down. Does. Sends it through the near side tube all the way out. This one's down into the bubble. Going to be a stack race for it. It will be Al getting the first uncontested. Gets it in for the 2 to tie it up. New York Kings is tied up 4-4 with 4 minutes off the clock in this first quarter.
They had all the time in the world there to walk that one in right off of the turnover and the chain with the teammate. And Al now capturing first couple points as well. So there you go, all tied up, and both teams starting to defrost maybe a little bit here. You see those stacks blazing back and forth and causing another turnover.
Yeah, Al gets it picked up, sends it right back out. So Cruising there on the back line. I'm surprised nobody has gotten the trivia question from before. It was not a Lamborghini, as a Fire Ninja sends it back to the back line. Also, still looking for the game and extra points. Anybody can say who gave that car away. And so this one's to the near side. Pigeon tracking it down, does get it turned over to the Kings. A pocket pick by Ender. Ender on the floor, sends it back to the back line into the hands of Zux. I'll give you a hit. It was back in the 90s. This is Zux sending this one in, gets it to Cruisin. A shot there, stopped by Al. Right at the edge and gets slapped out. And Mr. Beast, back in the 90s. As Fire Ninja gets there first, flings it back in. That's a flat bounce, so it's dangerous. Good defensive chain to get there first. Trying to get back around. This is the first esport, what's considered the first esport tournament. A car was given away. Fire Ninja lock shot, and it is relevant to Oculus. There is a stream delay. Sorry, Vacant. As Ender has it now for the Freeze.
Into the midline as well to Cruisin. So as you were mentioning, that the pace here of this game, a little bit discombobulated and slow at points, but now just trying to quicken it up with a score. So Zux being handed the pass by Ender in close proximity. And they'll break ahead by 2 points. Still a few minutes remaining, though, in the first quarter.
Heck, and it was, in fact, a Ferrari. As Freeze do take that 2-point lead. It was, in fact, a Ferrari. What was the game and who gave it away? As the New York Kings on the Joust advantage from Bisky near side. That green pigeon was not unreal. It was Quake. Who gave it away? That green pigeon sending it across to Jiggy. Why is it relevant to Oculus? As Jiggy walks this one up. Sends that one to the far side tube there to Strembitsky. Shrem sends this one in. Oh, good read there with Cruisin. It was actually a pretty easy read. That was a dangerous pass. They get the chain, and Fire Ninja gets his team up by 4. Freeze up 8-4. And it was not John Romero.
We'll crack this puzzle eventually, but that said, cracking through the air in a burst fire speed, you see that turnover, the easy read by Cruisin', like you said, but then the stack, Fire Ninja and Ender, they're able, before it was even launched, they were already prepping that stack to go, and once again, leaving no time there to really act for the defense to get back.
Chambitsky now up to Pigeon, and yes, Bacon. Bacon is right. It was John Carmack. Carmack gave away his own Ferrari in the first esports tournament. It was a Quake tournament. And the winner got Carmack's Ferrari as Jiggy bringing that one in. Stopped by Zox. Cleared out through mid, and that was going to bounce down. It's considered the first esport tournament back in the 90s. Al gets there first, sending one back. Good shield there from Ender, though, as he brings it into the near side. Trap Chain gets there, but he gets that one passed off to Ninja. Ninja back to Ender. Ender now walking this one up. Looking for an impasse as Zux on the near side. Though Zux is covered. Gets it to Fire Ninja, who gets it in the far side corner. And the Freeze are going to take a 6-point lead.
A well-measured shot there from Fire Ninja, driving in from that tight corner, but recognizing Zux in the goal, who is a very talented defender, certainly. But you can see the replays there, kind of leaving the anchors, had the 2 hands up on either side to prevent a dunk, but what that meant is there was no anchor for Zux, meaning he wasn't going anywhere. So what do? You walk it in for a dunk, knowing that the goalie is immobile.
Oh, this goalie, oh, that's hard. Pigeon brings that one in as a goalie cruising. Had Jiggy behind him as well. That was 2v1. Not much you can do in that situation. That's going to bring the Kings back within 4. We have time for one more goal. About 20 seconds on the clock here.
Yeah, neither team really getting a whole lot of separation. Just some ties at points, and now a couple goal lead, perhaps. But with that, very much one of those quarters where I think for both teams, they'll be content with it, knowing that, okay, neither of us played at our maximum yet. We're still kind of warming into it. But that means now our next few quarters, it's an opportunity for one of these to pull away.
Now cruising far side, maybe one more opportunity. Goal is open, but no one's going to get there quick enough. End of the first quarter. Montreal Freeze are going to end here in the lead 10-6. And now a quick word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
One American with a burning desire to save the world from high prices. He is the stuntman that saved the world. He is looking to destroy high prices. A man that brought the world together because of his love for Kawasaki. One man strapped to a 2021 Terex KRX 1000. The stuntman that saved the world. Get your favorite Kawasaki motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides today at Holzhauer Pro Motorsports in Nashville, Illinois.
Saturday, December the 11th, we will wrap up Week 5 of the Nepa Pro Series. Catch all the action right here on our Twitch channel, the Nepa TV. Coming up Saturday, the Austin Burners are going against the Denver Raptors. Echo Club Kansas City will take on the St. Louis Hustle, and the Chicago Wizards will face the Orlando Cyclones. You can only catch those here on Nepa TV. For more information on the teams, follow Nepa TV on social media or visit nepavrpro.com. Brutus, this is a little bit of a slower match than what we have seen earlier in the evening. What are we feeling?
Well, I feel like it's too soon to call it a slow match. It was definitely a slow quarter, but it's not uncommon for us to see teams feel each other out during the first quarter, right? Kind of feel where that's at. And let's be honest, the servers have been an issue tonight, so we don't know where these players were at when they joined late and got themselves into the arena. What I am surprised about is we've gone through the first quarter and yet to see our first three-pointer. You know that won't hold up with all the firepower in the arena. It looks like we're back underway for the second quarter, so I'll send it back to Sir Dimwee in the booth.
Oh, big pick up there. Pigeon gets it in off the cruising for a first goal here of quarter 2. And that is a fun fact. I did not realize, but I did check, and Brutus is absolutely correct, Palador, that we have not seen a 3 yet in this game.
Yeah, I think it's just a symptom of, again, that pace, that feeling out process. But now that we are in the second quarter, I do expect one of these teams will go on a run. They'll get a few goals in a row here. This is the point now where you're forgetting about the outside factors, and now you're just trying to figure out your matchups and take full advantage of them as they do press up here.
That's a nice disc movement from the Montreal Freeze. So not too much contest from the New York Kings to get through mid. Kings look like they basically gave him the zone here. Zucks Back to Cruisin. They pull one out, Cruisin, sending it in. Stunned out before he can complete the arm rotation. Jiggy picks it up, sends it out through the near side tube. All orange bodies in the area. Al with it. Does not have an empty goal off the head of Fire Ninja. And a good scoop there from Cruisin to send that one away, but it's got to be Shrembitsky on the back line getting it picked up. Shrem down to the floor, into the hands of the teammate Jiggy. Jiggy. Oh, that was not a shot. Send it up to Al, but Cruisin gets that red and sent out. They're going to chain after this one again. Loose in the far side trap. Cruisin in the area. Shrembitsky gets her first instead, sending it right back into the free zone. Up into the hands of Pigeon. Pigeon, though, stunned out by Fire Ninja. Shrem, though, gets that one picked off. Back to Pigeon. Pigeon walks this one up, gets it across to Ow. Has one in the no. Goal was open, Cruisin. Oh, what a stop. And almost self-goals and gets it sent away.
And Shrembitsky, that's 3 in a row I want to point out too. Strem has just been playing cleanup so much here, being in the right place, right time, to really help stave off what otherwise could be some dangerous situations going against his team. There he is, just in the right place for a clear and just hoping the stat gets together quickly, and they shall. But something to definitely pay attention to. And at some point, they're gonna want to get that more careful bubble offense. I think, like we're seeing from the freeze at times, and I think Strem needs to be the one also initiating said offense.
Jiggy sending that one out. They were trying to get that chain out. It was Jiggy and Al, but they got stunned up. Shrembitsky was not able to track that down. Instead, there's Fire Ninja getting to it first, slapping it in. There's players in the area. Ender was close, but not there first. It was Jiggy instead. Jiggy for the Kings, sending it through the near side tube into the Montreal freeze zone. Fire Ninja for the freeze, gets it picked up, sending it right back through. Dumps it back in. Cruisin gets a good leech there. Couple of stuns. Disc is loose up to the ceiling. Al's going to get the first, inverting up to the ceiling. Ender inverting with them. Fantastic play there from Ender, but Al gets a send out anyways. There's Zux on the back line, sending it right back into the King zone. Over there to Cruisin. Cruisin looking across it up to Ender. Was a little bit behind. Fire Ninja tracking it down, but stunned out by that chain. That was Pigeon. With the stun, the slap by Cruisin on the back line, up to Fire Ninja, Ninja back to Cruisin. Cruisin looking for the impasse. Now he's going to go all the way back to Zux. Zux, though, up to Ender. Ender wants to bring this one in. There are too many bodies in the goal. Looking for the cut pass, goes over to Cruisin, who hits it for the 2. Up by 4 are the Montreal Freeze.
All right, well, 12-8, and counter to what I was saying, still neither team actually finding that groove quite yet. So a lot of that back and forth jostling in the midfield remains low scoring. And certainly some of that helped also by some good defense. Cruisin already has had a couple great grabs this quarter, and that's something you entirely expect out of him too.
Absolutely. The chain almost got this one disrupted. But somehow the Kings maintain possession. Al sending this one to Pigeon. It was a little bit behind. Shrembitsky gets it recovered, bringing this one in. No, one more pass. That was, he threw off the goalie, but also threw off his own teammate. Jiggy was not expecting that pass. As Al sends this one up, nobody in the area. This is going to be a dump in. Pigeon trying to get there. No Fire Ninja with a good lead. Pigeon, though, with a good pocket pick. And some good jukes. To get this one sent back to Al on the back line, who's recovering now. Bringing this one back in. Sends it in as he gets stunned out on the goalie. And the Kings are back within 2.
Nice move from Al there. Now, not a lot of steam behind that shot, but there was just enough, including a little look away with the defense just stunning him. But kind of had this little look away right at the last second and hit that corner pocket, and it was just enough to squeeze it by. And for that matter, force a timeout here, it seems.
Yep, timeout indeed. So 12-10. And I did not catch who got that timeout, who took the timeout.
Looks like it was the Freeze.
Freeze, there you go. So Freeze took the timeout. Hecken letting us know as well. How did you... Hecken? Sir? Sus? How did you know? That's probably actually just a good call. It was probably a little obvious. It was the Kings had just gotten the goal. And then the Freeze, that's usually the team that gets scored on is typically the team that takes the timeout. So it's probably just makes sense. I'm in the game. Oh, he's in the game.
And in this situation with this rule, you have one timeout per half, so I mean, you only have so much time to use it now, right? With a few minutes remaining, and I kind of like it because if nothing else, yeah, it was only one goal, and yeah, they're still ahead by a couple of points, but don't even let them feel good after one goal. They make one, okay, you know what? We're gonna use our timeout. We're gonna freeze them, even in that smallest of sense, and just keep them a little more off rhythm, off balance. Not a bad strat.
So it looks like we are going to get started back here. And, of course, Heck is in the game. He's here playing for the New York Kings. He's their substitute at the moment. For some reason, I was checking the freeze roster and going, "You're not in the game." Oh, well, that was almost a setup there to Ender. Excuse my voice crack. As Cruising gets out and collected on the back line. Up to Ender here on the near side. See, now that it cracked, I have to go low a whole bunch because I'm a man. My voice doesn't crack. Ha! No, I'm rough and gruff, and Cruising sends this one in. Ender's not able to play. Oh my goodness! Shrimbitsky gets stuffed, shut down, pocket pick, the whole nine. He just got ganged up on.
I guess you could say Ender is cracked, Dimwee, much like you. So that's 14-10.
Oh, come on.
And they're back up by a couple goals.
That was mean. You can do
Well, I
it
said
like
you're
that.
cracked is a good thing, Dimwee. I thought you wanted to be. I thought you wanted to be more in touch with the millennial and Zoomer lingo. I'm trying to help you along. That's all.
Wow. As Jiggy wins this turnover here, there was a turnover. Jiggy got it back. Pigeon walking this one up. SG Skeptic shouting, "Ender!" Indeed. Is Ender indeed is an Ender in need. Doesn't make any sense. Ow. Setting up nobody in particular. Cruisen's going to get it picked up in the bubble, trying to send that one out to the near side tube, though it hits the bow tie there. Ender got it picked up, sending it out. Al gets stunned out by Zux. Before getting there, though, that backstack gets her instead. Pigeon looking for the clear. Does get it to mid, not through mid. Caught in the far side trap. Al gets a pickup. Fire Ninja gets a pocket picked. Fire Ninja turning it back out. Down to the floor here. Everyone's going to chase it down. Will be Shrimbitsky there with it. Turning it around here for the Kings. Sending it through. Does get it cleared. But off of the... Oh, what a setup there. Ow. Open goal. Oh.
Wow.
Points is points. It's still a 3 as well. That's the Kings are back within 1.
Oh, that's tough turnaround too, because on the other end they may have had an opportunity for a relatively open goal. One of those small things I caught there. You mentioned Zux was leeched on, and he stunned the player he was leeched on, but that halted his momentum as well. So kind of indirectly, it knocked out Zux, and it allowed time for that stack to get back on the disc for the Kings, and then go on to score. So definitely a tough turnaround, I suppose, in that situation.
That was a nice turnover from Shrimbitsky off of a stack from initially. But now it's back in the hands of Montreal Freeze. Over to Ender. Ender sending this one up. Zox, open goal, goes, wow, very wide. There's that Pigeon looking to check this one down. Is that man on a quest too? I shouldn't say that. Ender, long shot, does not miss. 21 meters out. Ender puts his team back up by 4.
Hey, you can say he's on a mission, or you could say he's on a quest too, didn't we?
Also, I know you're making a joke, but I'm going to ignore it.
Look, it's the King's Quest.
I just wanted to point out that Al got the first 3 in the game, and then Ender got the second. That was the second 3, and those were back to back there. Just to point that out, because we were waiting on the 3s. That was something Brutus pointed out during that intermission. As Pigeon backhands this one, puts it in for the 2. Pigeon out there playing front hand, backhand. Sends that one in on the backhand to end the quarter and end the half at that. So at the end of the half, it's going to be the Montreal Freeze still in the lead, though only up by 2 points, 17-15, after that goal there from that player, Pigeon. As we're going to go to a quick word from our sponsors, and then another halftime intermission interview. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
A lot of hard work goes into keeping things simple. We do the heavy lifting, because when you're out there, you want everything to simply work. We build our machines tough to outmuscle the outdoors and keep the adventure going. Introducing the new Kawasaki Teryx KRX 1000 ES side-by-side. Your world, your adventure.
The Nepa Charity Cup, a LAN event you don't want to miss, will be March 18th through the 20th in St. Louis, Missouri. Busch Stadium hosts the Nepa Charity Cup, supporting Special Olympics. So come on out to the Redbird Club for the LAN event that will put you face to face with the names you know and love in the community and help support a great cause. Head over to nepavrpro.com for more information. I had the pleasure of sitting down with Zenith from the Los Angeles Destroyers this week, and this is what he had to say. Okay, so tell me about the name Zenith.
Zenith. Okay. So I really like the letter Z, and my real name has 2 Z's in it. So it derives from that. And then Zenith is a really cool word that starts with Z. Then you double them up, and Z Zenith.
So tell me about your Echo history. When did you start playing?
Yeah, so I started playing, got a Rift back summer of the Rift 2017, and started playing Echo pretty much right away. So late July 2017. Played casually for the longest time. Eventually started playing with VRML preseason. Then VRML led into Nepa, and here I am.
So we talked about who you were most excited to play. Who are you most excited to meet at LAN?
There's a lot of people. That's a long list, but I think number one is my teammate Leverage. Super awesome guy. Love playing with him here in Nepa and also previously in VRML and Kangarillas, and I'd love to meet him.
If you could share one piece of advice with new Echo players, what would it be?
Have fun. If you're having fun, then so having fun is step one. Once you start having fun, then you can start stepping up. And what stepping up looks like is playing with people you like to play with, but having those players get as good as they can over time, and enjoying playing with people who really enjoy the game and are trying to have the same goals as you. And then that's where you keep stepping up.
What is a quick skill or drill that you can share that younger players could work on their own?
I think so. The go-tos are obviously regrabbing and shooting. I think for regrabbing, the most underrated one is doing circles, right? So there's always going back and forth, but changing direction is really important. So if you can do circles around the arena, either bouncing off the walls or negotiating just through the air, then that'll make you a much better player.
What do you feel is the toughest position in the arena to play?
I think goalie is the toughest position because there's so much pressure on you. If you miss a shot, or if you miss a save rather, it's kind of on you. Whereas there's not as much of an expectation to score as there is to not be scored on, which is why I don't play goalie.
You don't like playing goalie, or what position do you play?
I'm mostly a midfielder, but
Midfield.
recently I've played more towards striker.
How did it feel to hear your name, Zenith, called during draft night for the Los Angeles Destroyers?
Well, it was super exciting. I mean, I had a feeling I was going to get drafted that night, but to have it be by Leverage, who's a player I've loved playing with for a couple months before that, is super exciting, and I'm glad that that's the team I was drafted to.
And we are back in for the second half of this incredible game. New York Kings take on the Montreal Freeze. Okay, Brutus, help me out for a second. So I've heard you guys many times, and as have our viewers, talk about Chicago's. Can somebody tell us and the viewers at home what a Chicago is?
Well, I'm not the expert you want to hear talk about that, but I'll leave that to the guys in the booth when we get to it. Taking a look here at our scoreboard from iHeartRadio, we see a very even match, a very competitive match, maybe slower on the scoring side than what we expected out of these two teams. I think this might be the most important 5-minute halftime we have yet to see in this Nepa VR Pro Series, as I think both of these teams are looking to regroup. We had a late start with the servers, and I think both teams were kind of feeling out the rhythm of the other team and also trying to establish their own team's rhythm, and they were a little bit slow to get to that. It took us halfway through the second quarter to get our first three-pointer. Now, we've seen Ender put in a three, we've seen Al put in a three, so the scoring looks like it's starting to get back on pace here, but so far, just a little bit of a broken match, maybe not as clean a play as we would expect, so I'm thinking both of these teams are taking halftime to gather themselves, reassess what their game plan is going to be going into the second half, and looking forward to an increased rhythm of play, if you will, going into the second half.
And having a 2-point game going into that second half that's pretty close. I mean, that's a pretty tight game.
It is. We saw a very tight match in the first one, and we're seeing another one here. It is anybody's game to be had at this point. Both teams still looking to establish that rhythm to get that scoring on board. We've seen that Green Pigeon, Owl both get on the board over on the New York Kings side. We know that Strem is going to get his points. We know over on the Montreal Freeze that Cruzen has seen some good action here in the second quarter, as has Zucks and Ender. So both teams starting to find that groove, kind of find their place as they get established in the server here, and looking for both of these teams to build off of that get a little bit of momentum going early in the second half so that one of these two teams can establish some dominance. We haven't really seen either team do that to this point.
We have not. And Sir Dimwee and Palador, if you guys will take it away. But when you get a chance, explain to me and the viewers at home what the Chicago is, okay?
I believe that's a location, but that said, I believe we're going into a new location. That's the arena in the fourth quarter. So, Sir Dimwee, take it.
And first touch here to the Montreal Freeze. Zuck sending us one in. Oh, what a pass. What a setup. What a grab there. Ow, in the bubble. And in fact, we here at the booth, we don't refer to them as Chicago's. We call them technical goals.
Technical goals.
And that one comes from, I was actually watching Palador casting. I was watching a game Palador was casting. And he happened to call it a technical goal once. And I went, you know what? That's the thing. That's what we got to start calling it. So I kind of started letting everyone know that that's what we're going to call it from now on, because it just sounds better. As the pigeon, that green pigeon, sends that one in. First goal of the quarter is going to be 3 points to that green pigeon to the New York Kings.
Yeah, there you go. Brutus was mentioning there on the halftime as well as after the first quarter. I mean, it took a good while for us to get our first three in that first half. But right out of the gates, one from Green Pigeon, who, as we mentioned, now that they have that full roster there, we're expecting great things, certainly from the Kings, and Green Pigeon, a talented player in his own right, able to dislodge the disc for a moment.
And then just to finish it off with a cruiser, an opportunity here. Ender bringing this one in. Oh, the shot there. Very rare does he miss those shots. Is that's going to be picked up by Cruisman on the back line. But a technical goal of Chicago is when you take a shot, goalie gets the save, and then it goes in anyways because of generally because of ping or server issues. As Farnage is sending this one across. So that's what a technical goal. That's why we call it a technical goal, because the goalie did get the save. It shouldn't go in, but you get the points anyways. And because it's kind of hard to, it's basically impossible to officiate that. It's got to be points. So you got to make the saves further out from the goal plane. You got to stop the team from getting to dunk range, things like that. Is Cruisin sending this one up to Zucks, who a shot there, that Green Pigeon. What a stop, and then they get chained down. Are they going to get there? Strem overshooting just a little bit. Everyone overshooting a little bit, but it's going to be back in the hands of the Freeze.
You know, I would equate those technical goals just to finish that thought as well. Thinking traditional gaming is kind of like getting a corner killed in a FPS. That said, you want to know who is killing it around every corner? That Green Pigeon has had a 3, has gotten some stops now, and now we'll have another 2 go right in. And just like that, Kings, they're up by a few. And Green Pigeon now starting to come alive here in this quarter.
Yeah, so Pigeon getting another one there, and also notable was at the start here, that first goal from Pigeon, that 3, put the New York Kings in the lead for the first time in this game to start the half, and then they just pushed ahead here, up by 3 now for the first time. And that's a Freeze sending this one up to Ender there at mid. Ender inverted. Oh, they do have a chain moving out now at mid. As Ender just sets this one up to Zuck. Zuck's now deeper into Cruisin, bringing it around. There's someone in the goal. That was Fire Ninja. The setup is a little bit wide, and then that one a little bit wide as well. Zucks is not able to play it. Fire Ninja coming out to collect his own cross pass. Backs this one up to Cruisin on the back line. Cruisin sending it back in. They're stunned before it can complete the arm rotation. Good recovery there by Zucks, and then gives it right away to Jiggy. The Jiggy slap puts it in the hands of Zucks. And Zucks sending it right back in to Cruisin across. Hits teammate Ender. Ender moving in on the goalie. Oh, the stun did not come in time. I believe Fire Ninja was looking for the pass. Ender was looking for the stun. A little miscommunication as Al gets this one cleared out. If they get a point here, this is going to be crushing to the Freeze, as the Freeze do get their first Zucks with the clear out back to mid.
Absolutely. This could be the first signals of that first major run I talked about. We didn't really get it in the first half, but we were about to get it here. No!
Oh!
It sucks! Able to defend that one, and it will be picked up as well by Ender, so denying the chance at another goal in a row. Beautifully done.
I thought for sure that was going in. I mean, we're in the world of, this is the age of the dunk meta. Because of technical goals. That's why I thought that was Ender. Open goal, does not miss. 22 meters out. Puts his team back on an even keel with the other team.
2021. Who will win, though, is the question, because now we're all deadlocked. You can wipe the rest of the game off the slate. We're talking about the weird kind of pacing and chemistry we're seeing with these teams in terms of that passing pace and just the flow of the game. And that's okay. Some of these matches, didn't we? Some of them are going to be knock 'em out, drag 'em out type affairs. That's the beauty of sports. Sometimes it's a dance. Sometimes it is just a war.
Oh, no. Strembitsky. That is his first goal of the game. Am I sure about that? I am. Strem with a 3 there from 11 meters out, 16 meters a second. That I can't believe that's his first goal. That is rare.
Yeah, well, a lot of that first half, I mentioned Strem was really playing kind of backline. He was in great positioning, recovered a lot of discs, had some nice setups to his teammates, but just was not really in his normal spots.
Oh
as
my.
that is a very, well, normal shot, at least for the likes of Ender. We'll hit those from every angle, even with 2 defenders on him.
It's a shame it was just out of frame on that camera angle, because how quickly he sent that shot off after hitting his hand. It was basically instant. He knew he had no time, and he knew that chain was coming for him. He knew he had to beat that chain, and he did. That was absolutely phenomenal. And so this one loose on the far side. Zux is going to get there first. Montreal Freeze are really feeling it right now. They're still down by 1. After that 3 from Strem, Fire Ninja was looking to send in a shot on an empty goal. He got stunned out there. Strem gets it cleared out. Another one off of that pyramid. You know, he's really good at hitting the pyramid right on the edge to send it up and away from that from the trap there. He's done it a few times. I wonder if it's on purpose. As Zuck's trying to send that one in. Of course, it's on purpose. We're talking about the Pro Series here. Strem sending this one right back out in the hands of Al. Al has a lane. No, did not have the lane. Goes off the wall. I'm gonna cuss.
Please don't.
That's why I didn't say anything.
I was about to say, did we? He definitely did have the lane. Now that's a shot that is not super common, but becoming more and more common over the weeks and months. Certainly recognizing that you don't even need a direct line of sight to the goal. As long as you have a flat wall and a nice bounce, it's simple geometry. Almost as simple as those mathematical times we talk about now and then.
No, it really is. Oh, what a stop there. Shimbitsky gets that one. Ender had that one on its way in as Cruising gets this one picked up on the back line, sending this one up to Ender. Ender has Fire Ninja cutting in. There it is. Near side quarter pocket. Montreal Freezer back within 2 here of that one from Fire Ninja. And it's still a very close game here and nobody giving up.
Yeah, but the difference here, so still a close game, much like the first half, but the pace, business really just picking up in this round now. We're seeing some rapid fire goals. We're seeing some 3-pointers. We're seeing these wall shots. So definitely these teams starting to feel some sort of rhythm now. And just no telling where it's going to go.
Cruising, pulling the Ender. Sends that one in. Did not get the goal. Flat bounce, though. Fire Ninja gets there, sends it in. They have tied it up again. That one Ninja, this is 4. Is that 4 in a row? Are my notes correct? 4 in a row? That can't be. No, not 4 in a row. I was giving the points for Al for the wrong team. Anyways, still, Ninja got 2 in a row there and tying up with only 34 seconds in the quarter. This is another game. You know, this is going to be a good night of games. We had a really good first game. We're having a really good second game. And I'm expecting a really good third game as Jiggy walking this one up, though we're still in the second. 20 seconds to go. Only time for 1 more goal is Jiggy. Sending out one to Al across the Strem, who gets it in. The New York Kings, for the first time in this game, are going to end the quarter in the lead. 28-26. Off of that one from Shrimbitsky from Al, assisted by Al. And that will end the quarter here. So with that, we are going to take a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. I choose you.
Friday nights at 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. Be sure to check out Late Night with Ivan Thrive right here on Twitch. You never know what you're going to see or hear when Ivan sits down with your favorite Echo units. So join us right here on twitch.tv/the Nepa TV at 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern, Friday nights. Okay, Brutus, so we saw the Montreal Freeze had a 2-point game there going into the half, and now New York has a 2-point game for them. So this still could go swing either direction, and I don't know, how are we feeling on these stats?
On the stats, we're feeling good. On the match, we are feeling great because I tell you what, after a first half that got off to kind of a slow start, these teams really showed up in the third quarter. We are going to see a 1-quarter game here to close this thing out. It is anybody's game at this point. I don't know if anybody in Vegas on the chat can tell us what the over/under was on Strem scoring his first point in the third quarter was. I'm super surprised by that, but he has got a hot hand. Ender and Fire Ninja also heating up here as we get into the fourth quarter of play. Fire Ninja opening things up with a 3, but send it back to the booth as we're already underway.
Well, speaking of the devil brings the fire, doesn't he, Brutus? Thank you for that. And, well, they're going to welcome themselves to the first points and just like that take the lead by 1. But they're definitely not going down without a fight. This is going to be a thrilling round, I think, didn't we?
It is indeed, especially Fire Ninja getting that first goal, a 3 to kick us off. As Brutus is talking about him, Fire Ninja must have heard his ears ringing in that moment. And Strembitsky walking this one up. I'm sure everyone knows what I'm referencing there. If you don't, welcome to America. I don't know what to say. This one's sent in. That one's going to bounce down to the floor. Picked up here by Al. Look, wants to bring it in. Does some jukes. Does some more jukes. Look for the setup there. A little miscommunication. Was trying to go to Jiggy. And Jiggy instead was looking for the stun out. 1 minute off the clock here in the fourth quarter. Fire Ninja sends that one in. Oh, goalie was stunned out. There was nothing but blue bodies otherwise, but it goes off the post. Ender back across. Zuck's now looking for a cut pass of his own. Cruising, cutting in. A big stop there. That green pigeon gets it cleared out through that far side tube. They're going to chain after it. It's going to be blue chain getting away cleanly into their zone here. Picked up now by Ender.
A couple turnovers for either team to start off this quarter, but neither team able to actually punish off of it. So nullify there, but that said, in the air, it's the one with the wings, just misses, but getting it right back, and this is a 1-point advantage right back to the Kings.
Yeah, Kings retake the lead here. And this is the importance of 3s. You know, if this was a game of only 2s, or really, I mean, if it was only 2s, basically just be 1s, you wouldn't get moments like this. It would just be everything would be a tie game, or you would end up in a lot of ties. Right now, there's no tie possible unless you see 2 goals in a row from one of these teams, and then a response from the other one. Sucks. Long shot, empty goal, goes wide, up to the ceiling, overshooting a little bit though. Al gets it picked up. Turning it around here for the Kings, sending that one through. That one's going to bounce down to the floor. They have a chain after it. Into the hands of Jiggy. Open goal goes wide. Off of the cone on the backboard. Fire Ninja gets her first, but stunned out by that orange chain. Disc is loose. Fire Ninja out of that stun. Gets there first instead, and now going to slap that one back to mid. Does get it through. They have a chain out there. It's going to be in the hands of Cruz, and long shot of the empty goal. Goes wide. Flat bounce. Fire Ninja bringing it in. Hits it for the 2. Seems up by 1.
And again, this is just the running theme. No matter what the pace has been like throughout each quarter, I mean, it's picked up more and more, but the nature of this match is just so closely contested. So I'm with Brutus. I'm looking to someone else to tell me what the odds are, because right now, odds are we could be going to an OT at this rate if these teams can't find separation somehow.
And a notable Fire Ninjas 4 in a row for the Freeze. Jiggy for the Kings has 1 goal in that streak there, but 2 at the end of the last quarter, 2 at the beginning here. Strembitsky. What did he just do?
It was a 1v3, just danced through them all.
Strem showing off why he was the number 1 pick overall, puts his team back in the lead here with those 2 points. Yeah, he pulled out it was a trampoline. He's got that trampoline in his living room.
These are some dangerous accusations you make, sir.
Of course I'm joking. As a strap over to Jiggy. Oh, gets stuffed there. Cruising, trying to track it down. Unable to. Ow! Gets there. Puts it in, and there you go. 2 goals in a row. The first time in a while. Al's got the Kings up by 3.
Yeah, between Al and that green pigeon, just their presence has been known on both ends of the floor. Both of these, their stat lines are actually very close together in terms of Al with 12 points, Green Pigeon with 11, both with 4 assists, both with 3 saves. They are having quite the games on the Kings.
Ender up to Zuck. Zuck setting us in. Fire Ninja. Oh, had he gotten there, that would have been an opportunity at an open goal. He would have only had maybe a tenth of a second, but still. Cruising over to Ninja. Ninja look for the cut pass, so he's going to bring it in himself. And instead, that green pigeon gets a stop, sending us one out. They chain after it into the hands of Pigeon. Long shot goes high. And the blue chain gets her first. Ninja, though. Fire Ninja was trying to send that one out, goes off of the barrier. And gets slapped there by Ender to get it away, but it's caught in the far side trap. Pigeon looking to get there first, does. Scoops that one back towards mid. Scott caught in the sky trench there. Al's going to get that one picked up after the stun on Fire Ninja. Ender with the stun of his own on Al gets it picked up. Ender. He's lining up a shot right now. No, he's just going to send that one up to Cruising, lining up a shot of his own. That one goes wide. And Zux was not able to get the pickup as this one's all the way back to the trap there. Nice pickup. Trap up to Pigeon. Open goal. Is he going to miss it? Oh. Jiggy gets it in for the 2. New York Kings are up by 5.
Beautiful job there. And again, just another little nudge, I guess, Strem's way, because I guarantee you in the private comms, there was definitely comms coming out saying to Strem in that situation, I'm other side of the tunnel or something of that sort, right? Like, just to get the positional audio out. So even though it looked like a haphazard fling, that was definitely intended for the teammate, and it eventually resulted in the hockey assist of sorts down the floor. There's the advantage, a couple goals up that we talked about, didn't we? Let's see if they can carry this last 2 minutes, though.
Also, we need to get hockey assists in the game. It's cruising over to Fire Ninja. Oh, gets it in. Back with a 3 or the freeze. 2 minutes to go here off of that goal from Fire Ninja. And Ninja still on his freeze streak. That makes sense. He's still the only player on the freeze to score in the last 5 freeze goals.
And has 15 points on the whole so far, not a 0 in sight. Assists, saves, steals, and everything as well. So, I mean, Fire Ninja, just as much as Pigeon and Al, I mean, Ender and Fire Ninja have very similar stat lines with just really filling it up now, as they will maybe hit a 3, but just missing. Wow.
Yeah, Strem uncharacteristically sending that one lows. Al bringing that one in off the backboard. A big stop. Who got that? I believe it was Fire Ninja, but that Green Pigeon gets it recovered, puts it in for another. And that's going to put his team up by 5 once again with a minute and a half to go. It's still possible here for the freeze, but they are running out of time quickly.
Yeah, definitely. That was such a great grab there. Both Fire Ninja and Cruising kind of in the same spot. It looked like trying to contest it. They did a good job, but just floated to those reliable hands I talked about. Strem was in the right place and found that angle.
Jiggy gets that one picked up, sending it back in to the free zone. If they get this is a nice. Ow, long shot hits it. Puts his team up by 8. That is a minimum of 3 goals with less than a minute to go. That will ice the game. Ow, with the winning goal off of that one. With a minute to go. Long 3. Wow.
Absolutely. The story to begin the night and begin the first quarter, we were talking about the lack of threes. And then in this final quarter, we're opening and closing with threes, and important ones in the clutch at that. What a huge burst that they've had to just pull away at the very, very end. Exciting match this has been, though.
Exciting indeed. Is that one loose? Here in the free zone, 32 seconds on the clock on the game. It's going to be Al with it once again, coming in basically uncontested, gets it in for the 2. And there are some votes for Al for MVP in the chat, but it's in my mind, there's a big toss-up between Al and Pigeon. The 2 of them, both of them in this game, absolutely phenomenal. Honestly, I was thinking Pigeon. I was thinking Pigeon was a little bit over the line until these last few minutes. And Al has just been putting that exclamation point on as Shembitsky gets that picked off. Looking to send this one in for maybe one more. There it is! And that'll be the final goal, final nail in this coffin. New York Kings are going to win this one in the fourth quarter, 46-33, Powdor.
Absolutely. For me, I'm sticking with Pigeon, because if nothing else, we talked about his missing presence in the last few weeks. Well, look at how much it mattered in this game. A meta MVP, if you will, across weeks. But that said, I'll kick it over to stats and back to Jeep and Brutus.
Okay, and fantastic match. Where do we stand for our player of the game? For our I don't think we're calling it MVP. What are we calling it, you guys?
Player of the game is what it's going to be.
Player of the game.
And I love that Dimwee and Powdor threw me a split vote, because this could not be more torn. I do have to say Fire Ninja is going to walk away. The Freeze, they're going to go to 2 and 3 after this match, but Fire Ninja really brought an A game tonight, so hats off to him. Absolutely right. This is a coin toss between Al and that Green Pigeon. Coming out of the third quarter, I thought that Green Pigeon was going to walk away with it. He had an amazing save on an Ender 3 that kept the match tight at the time that it had to happen. I'm looking at that goal with about 90 seconds left where Al sunk a 3 and absolutely iced the game, just put it out of reach, and I've got to take my hat off to that effort. He was great on both ends. He got it done defensively in the midfield, and then when they had to have goals in that all-competitive fourth quarter, he sunk a couple of 3s there to really put this thing away. The New York Kings walk away with a victory. So I'm going to go with Al for the player of the game tonight.
And I think you just made the Twitch chat very happy with that decision because they are throwing their vote and support behind OW as well. So, you guys, thank you so much for that second incredible game. We have one more for you tonight coming up in just a few short minutes, about 4 minutes. Will be the Nashville Legends as they take on the Dallas Knights, and that is bound to be a great game to wrap up the evening. So please hang around and join us in just a few moments. And welcome back, everybody. Here is our third and final match for the evening, the Nashville Legends as they take on the Dallas Knights. I want to throw a quick thank you to Naptime down there in the Twitch chat for gifting the subs. So that is awesome. Okay, so Brutus, how are we feeling about this game? We've got the 11th and 12th ranked teams as they face off. How are we feeling here?
Well, I mean, if I was 11th or 12th, I wouldn't feel great, but I'd be excited to go out tonight and get a win. If you're the Nashville Legends, you're looking for your first win. They're going to bring the best that they can. Kung obviously leading that team out of the gate, and then Dallas Knights sitting at number 11. They're 1-3, so an East matchup. Both of these teams looking to move up the standings the best that they can. If the first two matches tonight were any kind of indication, then indeed this is going to be a great, great match.
It is indeed. I'm looking forward to this one. Sounds like we are about to ready up. So we are going to bring in our casters, Sir Dimwee and Palador. Welcome back, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us back. So our last match here of the evening, and importantly, we mentioned in the last match, it was that Green Pigeon appearing and having their full squad at the ready. Well, on this side, we now have Kung back in the mix for the Nashville Legends. And Dimwee, I think that's, as much as anyone, going to be a major addition back into the roster to help Legends search for that win here.
How'd y'all get there? Yeah, Legends still looking for that first win. It's going to be big. And tonight might be the, Dallas Knights, they came into this season one of the favorites. I don't know if anybody remembers. A lot of people were talking about the Dallas Knights being one of the favorites coming into this season. Now sitting at 1-3, they're still looking to live up to that reputation, that kind of preconceived reputation. But they're gonna have to do it against this Nashville Legends team that is on the hunt for that first victory, and this team is going to be hunting for it hard tonight. I mean, this is a team of players that are used to winning. There's no other way to say it. This is a team of players that are used to winning. They don't like to lose. Nobody likes to lose, but particularly those that are used to winning. You get my point. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, that's all these players, basically, right? That's the nature of Pro Series, and that everyone here are used to being winners at the highest level of Echo Arena. So, without a doubt, people say one team or another as favorites. I feel like that can be justified for so many different teams at so many different portions of the season, because we've seen some teams get off to slow starts, but they get better in the midpoint. And, Laser Sharks, we saw earlier, right? Been getting better and better by the week. I mean, there's a lot of stories there, but the story right now is the first round, didn't we? So here we go.
First round underway. First touch goes to the Dallas Knights. This is Mozzie handling it here in the near side trap, setting this one up to Caesar. Caesar juking away from Kong. Gets this one back to Light. Has come on the back line. Light. Ooh, sending it up to the log. Gets stunned out there by Dash. Picking this one up. Dash. Probably one of the most athletic players in the game, not just the league, but in the game. Kong, long shot, empty goal off the backboard, hits it. He's not going to feel too satisfied about it because he was trying to go straight in and not off the backboard. But points are points, sir. The Nashville Legends have taken the first lead.
Do you think they missed him? I think they missed him because he doesn't miss, at least not on that one, backboard or otherwise. What a way to start off, because the thing they've been lacking in some of the recent matches has just been that player to stabilize their offense a bit and get it going, and Kung certainly did it right there.
The send in there out of reach of Mozzie. Kung handles it here on the back line, sending it up to that stack there. That is Dash and Sneaky. Sneaky clears that one out. Their stack gets stunned out, but they have a player down there. That is, who was that? Was that Lulz? Go for the log shot, goes just wide as the Law picks it up. Sending it out through that far side trap there, far side tube. It's going to be Sneaky Evil picking it up in the Nashville Legends zone here. Sneaky turning this one back around. Lulz. Look for that clear. It's off of the post. A couple goofy bounces there. Mozzie's able to get it recovered. Sending it right back out. A bunch of clears at the moment. A bunch of clears that are going right into the other team's hands. So teams are going to have to work on just maintaining control here. Oh, no. Oh, no, as I say it, Mozzie over to the shield, was trying to get into the Law, who was set up perfectly, but was a little bit off the mark, and Kung gets it cleared again.
And again, maybe some chance for some offense. That was a great shield coming in, but a steal from Mozzie, never mind, because it's stolen right back, and they've got the angles for maybe another goal, tapping it home. That's 2 in a row now, 5 points up, and again, I know lately we mentioned how the Knights have struggled a little bit likewise for the Legends. But that's the thing here is can't let this be kind of one of those trap games. I know for the Knights, you know, going in confident, okay, maybe we can bounce back now on this one. But likewise, you got to feel like the Legends are going to be really hungry to capture their first win with their captain back at that.
Sneaky, being sneaky, but doesn't get the points. Come on, man. How are you going to pull that off and then not pull it off? You kidding me? Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
I'm done.
What?
What is going on right now?
Wow. that just took my own breath away for a second. It just happens like that sometimes, right? You miss the gimme, and then suddenly the 3 goes the complete opposite way. Although that one happened instantly. Wow.
66 meters. Wow. Yeah, Dallas Knights on the board here off of that one. Who was that? Was that the Law? The Law got that. There you go. The Law gets another one, another 3. So that's 2 in a row for the Law. This one, though, probably a little bit more intentional.
Little bit, the Law there. So one found its way in off a full court bounce, but the other, you leave that open for the Law from that proximity. Man, oh man, you're gonna get punished. And now they're ahead by 1 because of it.
Dash, quick pass, far side, back to near side to Lawls. Lawls back to the far side to Kung. The chain, very active at the moment. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get that chain split up, and they do. Light is coming to get stunned out by Kung. The pass up to Sneaky Evil. Goes across to the near side. Open goal for Lawls. Goes wide, and the Law gets it picked off anyways. 4 minutes off the clock, halfway through this first quarter. Kung is going to get this collected on the back line. Open goal. Oh, my goodness. You can't give him lanes. You cannot, you cannot. Kung gets a 3.
Wow, that was most unexpected. A full court or half court fling. I mean, there were defenders in the zone, but just turned right into the shot as it was going through, essentially.
Yep.
So that window was so narrow, and had it been saved, you would have said, well, that was a really risky shot to take. But because it went in, you said, all right, good shot. You've got the momentum right back again.
Well, it was also, my camera was a little bit off. I had to watch on the replay. I had to watch that the mini map there, and it looks like he had the lane. He did have the lane. That the player was just getting back to the goal, turning around. A save in that situation would have probably been a lot of luck. Because this one, good grab there. Who is that? Bringing it in, Kong. Hooks shot, bottom corner, bottom side-ish. Puts the team up by 4.
And just like that, snatched the momentum right back. A couple in a row from, again, Kung. Back in the mix. Exactly what the doctor ordered, as you can see, because they are up by 4. The Legends looking good so far. The Knights, though, not too far behind yet.
And they're still in it, are the Knights, as Law handles this one. Dash trailing him. Law, though, to send it. Oh, it does get it to the teammate. The light has come. Uncontested. Gets it in for the 3. The Knights are within 1.
And as we mentioned in previous matches as well, you know what lets you back in a game and lets you feeling good again? An open 3 just like that. So cuts it to within 1. This time the Law getting an assist on the board, and Light has come just the same. You give him that open shot, that's just about as close to a guarantee as you can get.
Again, not a whole lot of oh no, Mozzie. Wanted the open goal, but Dash is back there, though. They have 3 moving in now. That chain coming in to disrupt, not enough. Light gets 2 in a row, this time at 2, puts his team up. The Dallas Knights have taken the lead.
And you can tell on that drive, Mozzie definitely looking to pass it off by the time they reach the bubble. Just kind of eyeing down the middle towards that barrier the whole time away, and yet still got the 3 defenders to dive onto Mozzie to open up that lane completely for that pass and easy finish.
Now Dash, lulls. Dash. That chain having a little bit of trouble, but they stay together here. And oh, nice read there. Caesar gets it intercepted, sends it out on the fade. Mozzie coming in. No, it's going to be that chain. The Law once again. The Law gets another one in for 2. The Dallas Knights have taken a 3-point lead, 13-10.
And 8 points thus far for the Law, as well as already an assist and a couple of saves. So early looks for those hot hands. The Law definitely sticking out in that regard for the Knights. And on the Legends side, Kung, of course, as they do roll out right now.
Again, they kind of go, actually, you see, they have all 4 of them in their own zone here. They didn't go with the standard split. So the standard split would have one person each tube and then one person down center. Instead, they set up in almost a trapezoid. They had two back and two up. Two back, kind of splitting that pack. Oh no, long shot here, going to go wide. Is that going to get the bounce? Goes wide again. A good chain there. No, they undershoot it. Caesar gets it recovered, setting it to the back line, although he gives that one away to Sneaky Evil. Sneaky looking at that lane is going to just dump it in. Goes a bit low. Kong is in the area. Light has it picked up, has to turn this one around. Mozzie with it. Does get it cleared. Less than 20 seconds. Time for one more goal in the quarter. As Kong gets to turn around again, setting this one up to Law's open goal. Hits it for the 3. Just like that. The Legends have tied it up off of that one from Lulz from Kong. And they will end the quarter here in a tie game, 13-13 at the end of the first. Substantial, phenomenal. Give me a thesaurus, because I'll just whip out all the words.
Thesauruses are extinct, Dimwee.
With that, we're going to take a quick break. A word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
When we go to work, 24/7 just isn't enough. We go 25/8, and we give it hell. And now we're giving some of that hell to you. We're celebrating all you Hellraisers out there with Operation 25/8. We're partnering with 25 of the hardest working people and companies online to help us give away 25 Hellcats in 8 weeks. Just go to Dodge.com, build it, click it, and we might just give it.
Saturday, December the 11th, we will wrap up week 5 of the Nepa Pro Series. Catch all of the action right here on our Twitch channel, the Nepa TV. Coming up Saturday, the Austin Burners are going against the Denver Raptors. Echo Club Kansas City will take on the St. Louis Hustle, and the Chicago Wizards will face the Orlando Cyclones. You can only catch those here on Nepa TV. For more information on the teams, follow Nepa TV on social media or visit nepavrpro.com. What an exciting third match here. To see the Legends and the Knights in a tie, Brutus?
Yeah, we knew that both of these teams wanted to come out with a win. Nashville Legends still looking for their first. They came out swinging. Kung getting on the board early, kind of carrying the team. But we also saw the Law and Light over on the other side in Dallas putting some points on the board, really making an interesting match. We'll see how the second quarter goes as they make adjustments coming out of the first quarter. Back to Dimwee and Powdor in the booth.
All right, thank you, Brutus and Jeep Girls. And right now, we've got the first shot hurled by Light as come. And this is the theme of the night, it seems like. Just these close games thus far. And also, full rosters. Pleasant to see.
Yeah, this has been phenomenal. Though it looks like, as you say it, it looks like, are we in single player there for the National Legends? It looks like Crispy is activated now. I don't believe Crispy was in earlier, was he?
No, it looks like Lulz is momentarily out of the action.
Lulz, that's it. Okay, good call. So I was looking for Lulz. So Dash sending it up there to Kong. Kong, there's Lulz. He's back in the game. Kong going back to Dash here. Little give and go. He's trying to get that chain broken up. The chain, though, is still active as they do get that stun off. Sneaky Evil has to recover, though. Good coverage there. So you get your teammates back. Kong setting it up over to Crispy. Crispy, though, stunned by Caesar. Stuffed by Caesar. Caesar had that red, dead to right, sending it one in. It's going to be a good chain. No. Caesar gets there first on his own clearing. Light has caught. Behind the goal, gets stunned out there. Kong gets it picked off and looking for the clear, does get it cleared out.
Well, like you said, had him red, had him dead, but then the redemption, we got it right back at the backboard, although they get it back again. So Knights are back in position for some offense here, unable to get those clears.
It's been, they're not able to get this out of their zone. Still down by 2. Caesar goes to the lob behind the goal. Pocket picked. Sneaky Evil looks for the clear, but it's off of the boot. Just puts it in the hands of No. His teammate gets there first, slaps this one out. I believe that was Dash. He probably jumped 6 feet in the air to slap that one.
Yep.
You know it. And so this one back towards mid. The Law trying to get there. It's going to be Kong who touched it. Disc is loose, though. Kong gets there. Open goal. Sends that in. Goes just wide. Now out of the bubble, back to that far side pocket where it's collected by Light.
Ooh, so close on some of these attempts, but neither able to punish yet. Maybe on this one, though. Yes, indeed. That is dead center from the Law. The sharp shot.
That was gorgeous. That was just gorgeous. And where my cam happened to be at the time, I saw that it was perfectly lined up for that shot. right in. That was beautiful. That was real pretty. From the Law. That's going to put his team up. Dallas Knights up by 5 right now. As Law sends it to the near side. That chain moving quickly. They get it turned over. Mazzi, 22 meters out, 19 meters a second. Hits it for the 3. His team's up by 8.
That was nearly dead center as well. Talk about sharpshooters, snipe shots from 3, as the announcer says. Man, they are showing why these aren't just Knights. Like I said, they are snipes.
That's 3 unanswered right now from the Dallas Knights. The Law's over to Kong. Kong sending that one out, looking at the empty goal. The Law gets it picked off, turning it around for the Knights. That one's off the shoulder block, not favorable. So they're going to get their first light, sending it into the bubble, right in the hands of Dash. Dash turning it around. Not out, good chain, not good enough. The Law gets her first, so stunned out. Couple of stuns coming out as Mozzie flings that one. So it bounces off the inverted pyramid there. Lawls gets it picked up, sends that one out. That one, ooh, careening bounce off the side of the backboard. We'll send it to the near side. No one getting there cleanly. Light has come, gets a touch on it. Sends it out in the hands of the Law. The Law looking to cross it up to Mozzie. Mozzie, good play off of that bounce. Goes back to the Law. Moving through mid, or the Dallas Knights. They have 2 at the edge of the bubble. They're looking at a 4v2 right now. The chain just getting back. The Law bringing it in. Gets it for the 2. Puts the team up by 10. Excuse me, that was light.
Yeah, the short range, it was put so softly, tissue soft, in fact, coming in. And it had to be because there was basically inches separating them. Look at this, the handoff and beautiful finish there. I love that unselfishness from the Law, who otherwise has 11 points. But Light has come now with 9 because of that assist.
I had to see it for a 3rd time to see what exactly happened there. The Law, he put up the shield on his way in, released the disc. That's where the Light has come, picked it up.
Are you saying that it wasn't an unselfish play? Are you calling him selfish, Dimwee?
No, I think that was intentional. I think it was a handoff, but not a literal handoff. I think it was a figurative handoff.
No, got you. Well, I'll take my foot off.
I think it was slick, smooth. I'm telling you, clip that one, watch it back. That was so smooth. That, you know what? I gotta write it down. There was 3:30 on the clock of the second quarter. I'm probably gonna make a video about that. This dash. That was so pretty. I'm telling you, guys, watch it back. If you haven't clipped it, watch it back. If you can hear me right now, you're wrong. Watch it back. Kong sending this one into the hands of Lawls. Lawls, nice setup. Dash. Gets it in for the 2. They're back with an 8.
And that is what they've been missing a little bit in this game. Now, of course, a great effort so far for the Legends, but I want to see more of that as well. See that quick decision-making, that cut, that pass, the precision, and perfection on the results as well. Some beautiful work there to bring them back into the mix.
There's a Law. Caesar turned around somehow. Nobody saw what happened. Not really sure. The Law sending it back through. Will be in the hands of Lawls there, turning it around, sending it into the bubble. Is that going to get the bounce? No. Ooh, goofy bounce at that. The big pickup here. Sneaky was Kong cutting in. Kong, empty goal. They're back within 6.
And 2 in a row now on the lovely little cuts on an open goal that time around because of the defense scrambling back into position. And because of that, it will force a timeout, it would seem, just to stave off a little bit of that. And just kind of freeze them out. Again, you get 1 per half, right? So teams now, as of this stream, starting to catch on. Okay, well, if we need it, we're going to use it. And sure enough, that they did.
Yeah, wise decision. I do believe the other team, even if it's just 2 goals. I mean, there's only 2 minutes left in the quarter. The other you were uncontested for the majority of this quarter. It was 4 unanswered goals from Dallas, and then you get 2 in a row from the Legends. And they take a timeout though. It looks like they may have been trying to get B-Love back in the game as well. So maybe kind of a double purpose to it. But it absolutely works. It should work in their favor. That's the idea. As they are up by 6, if they can stop that Legends, because the Legends are starting to turn around that momentum. Yeah. And we talk about those momentum swings all the time. We talk about them all day, every cast. It comes up. Momentum swings. Bless you. As the Legends started pushing this one back in their favor, and Dallas Knights take a timeout to try to freeze them out, as you mentioned. So it's strategic. It makes sense. Also gives them time to get B-Love back in the game. B-Love probably incredibly. I imagine it might not be the case, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was the case that B-Love was very active in the comms during these games, very supportive of his team, maybe even suggesting things as they're loading it back up in the tubes.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of B-Love.
B-Love is one of those players who is just very, I'd say well journeyed across many
Indeed.
teams, but I never hear anything bad about him whatsoever.
Nope.
People who are on teams with B-Love, I mean, he's just a pleasant player to play around. Has a very unique kind of outlook on the game and the metas and things like that. So wherever he goes, he ends up, fitting in, making friends, and just being a good teammate to have. That veteran presence and that kind of attitude as well. It's a nice luxury in Echo Arena.
And it seems like it might be easy to say that, but anyone who's been around the community long enough knows that there's a lot of unspoken rivalries. There's a lot of people that don't really get along, but it's like nobody makes a big deal out of it, so you don't hear about it. But, you also at the same time won't hear, everybody likes that person. B-Love, you can say that because there are no, as far as I'm aware, no unspoken rivalry. B-Love is just a friendly, awesome guy. As we're going to get started here back in this second quarter, less than 2 minutes to go. And it will be the Dallas Knights with this joust advantage of law. Quick pass to the far side to Caesar. Caesar sending it up to Mozzie. Quick relay. They have one at the edge of the bubble, but they're going to go ahead and reset it wisely. The law back to Caesar. Caesar. Oh, Laws. That's why you put the grips on. That was a little bit lucky, because you got to be good to get lucky, as this one's in the blue bubble, still loose. Light, though, getting that one sent away. Minute and a half.
Using that full reach in that bottom pocket. So great grab. And well, with that, works out. If they can punish off this, then that timeout meant nothing, because Sneaky Evil gets it again. Yep. And now that's, 3 in a row, I believe, extending before the timeout. It's a really nice way to finish this round.
So we had, the start of this quarter. I'm going to predict one more goal from the Legends to end the quarter. Because the start of the quarter was 4 unanswered from Dallas. We currently have 3 unanswered from Legends. Legends are currently due a 3 here as they get this turned over. Laws sends that one in. Oh, you were going to make me sound so smart, man? You were going to make me sound so intelligent. They need it. Light gets a tap through. Come on, Light. Now you're making me sound like an idiot. Because that one's all the way down to the bubble. Sorry.
I would even say a dimwit.
Oh, my God. Oh, wow. We're going back to the beginning of the cast. Light over to the law. The law open goal. Gets the 3. We're not going to hit the 4 uncontested from Dallas. Actually, no, excuse me. Yeah. That one is from the Dallas Knights. We're not going to get the 4 uncontested from the Legends. The law with 3.
Yeah, I still think, though, on the whole for this half, they are down, but not by all too much for the Legends. So if you're the Legends, you're feeling satisfied enough with this, knowing that you've given yourself, because of the way you played, a lot of room to work with going into the second half. Likewise, though, for the Knights, just got to work with the same. Keep executing the way that they do. But no, denied by the law there. And that will conclude, indeed, this half, as we will go to an intermission, some interviews, and, of course, a word from our sponsor. So we'll be back.
When we go to work, 24/7 just isn't enough. We go 25/8, and we give it hell. And now we're giving some of that hell to you. We're celebrating all you Hellraisers out there with Operation 25/8. We're partnering with 25 of the hardest working people and companies online to help us give away 25 Hellcats in 8 weeks. Just go to Dodge.com, build it, click it, and we might just give it.
The Nepa Charity Cup, a LAN event you don't want to miss, will be March 18th through the 20th in St. Louis, Missouri. Busch Stadium is hosting the Nepa Charity Cup, supporting Special Olympics. So come on out to the Redbird Club for the LAN event that will put you face to face with the names you know and love in the community and help support a great cause. Head over to nepavrpro.com for more information. I had the opportunity this week to catch up with one of the Dallas Knights. Light has come. Check it out and see what he had to say. All right, so tell me about the name, Light has come.
Light has come. Believe it or not, it is from the Bible. It is from Isaiah 60, verse 1, that says, "Arise and shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you."
Okay, tell me about your Echo history.
Okay, well, let's see. I actually played my very first bout of Echo about a year before Quest Beta. I started. I played like 3 matches, but I had some health problems, so I couldn't continue to play the game. So then I came back at like Quest Open Beta, and I was like, whoa, this place is bumping. Everyone's doing it. And I was a little healthier by that point, so I was able to play. And I just started grinding. I was like, wow, everybody else is grinding, and I'm going to be bad if I don't also grind. So I just started grinding, played on Team Toxin Season 2. It was a fun rookie team. Then I formed Bangarang with my friend Sam Randy for VRML seasons 3 and 4, which was a really good time. And then at the end, maybe not 3 and 4, whatever the last one was, we finally made Master in that season. So that was pretty exciting.
So how is the Nepa Pro Series different from any other team that you've been on?
Oh man. Well, I'm just playing with the best. That's the difference, right? Like I'm the new guy on the team. I'm playing with like Law and Mozzie, who are just insane, and Caesar's really good too. But there's just so much to learn from like Law and Mozzie. They've been playing the game a long time. They've been competing at the top of the game for a long time. So it's just kind of like, trying to see where I fit in and how to play, and just a lot to learn in a short space of time. So it's very exciting.
So what would be the most important first skill you think somebody could learn?
I mean, to be honest, I don't even think it's really an echo skill. I think it's a skill that would go to all sports and all video games. I would say the most important skill to people to learn is like how to work well with others. And so a good way to do that is regrabbing. You find someone you regrab well with, and like work on your chain, and then kind of like analyze your chain afterwards. Like, okay, where should we have gone on that play? Should we have pressured that pass? Should we have pressured the next pass? What should we actually do? And I feel like that really helps you like learn to work well with others and get good chemistry with at least one other person.
So how do your family and friends feel about you playing Echo professionally?
Oh, to be honest, they're so excited. They're so excited. My parents love watching. It's really amazing. So my parents, like me being a bit older, my parents are a bit older than a lot of other people's parents, but they love watching. When the games come on, they say that they sit on the coffee table, not even on the couch, so they can get closer to the TV when they're watching. So they love watching me play. My brother started watching me play a lot recently, and a lot of my friends, they love it too. And the fact that it's now like semi-professional, so like a lot of my friends and family have sort of seen me on the edge of sort of professional video games from other video games for many years. But for them to see me play Echo, which is a lot easier to watch. Like, to be honest, like watching League of Legends is not easy to watch compared to Echo Arena. And like having like the commentators that really bring it alive for a more casual observer. They absolutely love it. They think it's the most exciting thing ever.
We are back here for halftime, and this is turning out to be quite the match. Very fun match indeed, Brutus. I love games like this. They're so exciting.
Yeah, they absolutely are. Two evenly matched teams. We talked about it at the onset. We're talking about the number 11 team in the Dallas Knights going against the number 12 Nashville Legends. Nashville Legends looking for their first win. They are absolutely in this match. So far, fairly evenly matched. Kung doing everything that you would expect over on the Legends side of the house. Light has come, having a really good start in the first half, as well as the Law putting the points on the board. So the players that you would expect to rise to the top of a match like this are absolutely doing that. It's all going to come down to who can establish their presence in the second half, get their offenses rolling, so that they're in position to kind of dominate and carry the lead forward. But at this point, it's really anybody's match, and both of these teams are playing like they're a team that wants to get their first or second win in the series.
They are indeed. Nap Time's in the Twitch chat again, giving away more subs. So that is exciting, and thank you so very much, Nap Time. Brutus, thank you so very much for that breakdown there of the stats, and we will go back to Palador and Sir Dimwee.
That's the giving season, and giving and going, but not making that first goal. Thank you again. Yeah, Nap Time saying, hey, good nights and good legends. Sir Dimwee, third quarter.
Yeah, Dallas Knights maintaining this possession off of that neutral joust. Mozzie does not go through the shield, buddy. Come on. We all learned that when we're level 10 still. It's Kong sending that one out. Of course, I say that facetiously. The Law picking that one up. Ooh, it's going to be instead Caesar. Caesar over to Light. Light trying to duck, then try to pull the ender, and the stun comes off anyways. Ooh, Light's not going to be happy about that, actually, considering who that was. Kong turning this one around, looking for the long shot. That one's a little bit off. They get the chain down there. Lulz. Open goal. Hits the 2. Puts the team back within 5. Legends on the board.
Yeah, dead on there for Lulz, just before the defense could get back into the recovery. So nicely done. Lulz has had a few of these these lasers as far as a couple of really high precision shots as well as passes in this game. So doing well for them. They bring themselves within 5.
On the law. Through mid. Not going to get the bounce. No, it goes wide as we get a dropout here.
Walls.
Looks like Walls is out again. Yep. Sneaky Evil handling it near side. They do have 4 in the arena, however. So Crispy is activated. In fact, Crispy way down. Way down. Crispy basically cherry picking, forcing their goalie to play back in goal right now. Crispy forcing the other team to play with a perma goalie. As Kong still handling this one. Legends still in their own zone. They're looking to chain after this one. That's a nice dribble there. Kong, open goal, doesn't miss. 31 meters. The Legends are back within 2.
Wow, what a shot there. Full confidence, 16 meters a second, right from that outer reach of the tunnel. Kind of an unconventional throw, too, in a sense. It was a sidearm, but not even sure what to refer to it as. Kind of an inverse frisbee, if my eyes weren't deceiving me. But either way, that is exactly what they needed to start off. How about that? The third quarter, and it is only 2 points separating them.
Well, Ryan's calling it the... You know, I'm not... Just in case he's saying something inappropriate, I'm not going to repeat it. The law, walking this one up. You never know. You never know. You know, I'm at that age where I can't tell anymore. Kong sitting it through the near side, trying to get it through the tube. The law getting stunned out. As Kong is going to get it picked up. Does get it clear. That's a good clear. Kong accepting his own clearing. Oh, just wide. I thought for sure that was going in. As Mozzie gets this cleared out a little bit beyond his teammates. I believe that was intended as a pass, but the far side gets done on Kong. Now passed up to Light. Light looking at 1v1. No, he's going to cross it to Caesar. Caesar trying to play it off the bounce, unable to. We'll turn over again. Kong sending it through the near side tube. Law is still out of the game at the moment. And so this one finds its way to the far side trap where Kong will recover it.
Yeah, well, Crispy doing a good job to step in here so far because they've scored once. They might score twice even as they make their way down the floor, and Lulz does indeed rejoin, so we'll be spawned and back in the action momentarily as they will be back to the front and go side to side and inside the goal. The Law gets it again.
As you see, he's turned himself onto his back as well to take that shot. That was interesting. I'm curious what that looked like from his perspective right there. It was kind of a toss, like forward almost, like almost up. You hit that back cone there. It sounded like I was looking away from my mic because I'm looking up in the air as if I'm like on my back trying to take that shot. Then Kong sends it near side, trying to get it to Lulz. Lulz is back. That's going to turn over. Mozzie lock shot. Woohoo! Oh, wow. Oh, wow, Mozzie. That was fantastic. That's a good 3 there. That's 2 in a row from the Knights.
Well, I was throwing Mozzie's name in there as well in the earlier matches when I'm talking about players who can get almost anything they want sometimes, and especially if they're open. Mozzie, one of those players, exactly. And 31 points now, so they've kind of cauterized the wound a little bit. Thanks to those last couple of plays, they're back up by a little bit of a buffer now.
Sneaky Evil on your side, sending it across. Kong to Lulz. They've got a 2v1 right now. Coming in against the Lulz. Lulz takes a shot, hits a top corner pocket, puts it in for the 2, and also prevents any complaining about who took the shot.
Well, see, I was calling out as well Lulz earlier, yet again, just the precision, right? Not all of the throws coming out of Lulz hands are, rockets, but they are so precise that they are working on both the passes and the shots.
Oh, is Mozzie going to get... No, he's going to back that one out. That chain was coming in hot there. Law back in. Goal's open. Light has come. Puts a 2 on the board. Puts his team up by 7.
And Light has come. We saw him in the interview earlier on. No doubts riling up in a good way. The family and friends watching from home. Of course, glad to have you guys wherever you are and here and supporting. Light has come. We'll make those over and over again.
I also got the other night I said that I had worked with Tox, and he mentioned it in the interview. Mozzie looked for another one. Dash in the lane. They've got a 3v1 chain coming in. Mozzie hits it anyways, puts it in for the 2. But I was going to say, so the other day I said that Light has come. I said Titan was the captain over Light has come. They were actually co-captains. I gotta correct that mistake I made on the stream the other day. He didn't bring it up in his interview there during that intermission, during the halftime. At all, but it was they were co-captains. It started out that Titan was a captain, and shortly after, just a couple weeks, Light became the co-captain. As Mozzie gets this one picked off, it was Light has come, caused a disruption. Mozzie picked it up, brings it in for the 2. The Dallas Knights are up by 11.
Oh, Light has come alive, and Mozzie also happy to feast off it. Both these players now contributing to the last couple goals here in one way or the other. So you called it. I mean, Mozzie and Light, whether it's the points, the assists, filling up that stat sheet as well. And just when it was looking like, okay, the Legends, they've stabilized, they brought it back to within a few points, looking good. And then this big scoring run now the last few minutes to really push them ahead in this third quarter.
That one's going to be turned around here by the Dallas Knights. They get this intercepted and back on offense. As Mozzie near side 2, minute 20 to go in the quarter. Backs it out to the Law. It's an 11-point lead. The Knights are looking really good. The Legends still hunting that first victory of the season. An 11-point deficit. That's going to be a tall task. Sneaky trying to send that one out. It's going to be in the hands of the Law. The Law sending it near side to Mozzie. Oh, Mozzie sends in the shot, but Dash gets it saved easily. As the stun was not there yet. The Law trying to scoop that one out back, but it's going to be instead. Nice send out there. Open goal here from Kong is going to hit it. Brings his team back with an 8 off of that one from Kong.
There you go. Kong just bringing him back down to level, saying, all right, we got this, guys. Defend one more time, and we can still go into the fourth quarter feeling good, feeling like we'd be able to get back into a late push for our first victory here. No matter the results, you can definitely tell the presence of Kong is such a nice thing to have back. It's such a nice luxury to have your captain back, and it's really contributed to a lot of winning plays here thus far.
Yes, with less than 20 seconds to go. Kong over to Dash. Speak of the devil. They're back within 6. The Legends are, and that's going to be the last goal of the quarter here. Off that one from Dash. A good 2 there. Puts his team within 6, as I said. And that is also going to point out, no, it's 2 unanswered from the National Legends. But with that, we're going to take a quick break. A word from our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Access the largest motorsports inventory in America. We're authorized dealers for Can-Am, Honda, Kawasaki, Yamaha, Sea-Doo, and more. Get the best deals these brands have to offer. Browse through our inventory to find exactly what you're looking for.
Friday nights at 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. Be sure to check out Late Night with Ivan Thrive right here on Twitch. You never know what you're going to see or hear when Ivan sits down with your favorite Echo units. Join us right here on twitch.tv/the Nepa TV at 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern on Friday nights. If you would have told me that this match was going to be this tight, I would not have believed you. This is fantastic just to be a 6-point game right here going into the last quarter. Brutus, did you see this coming?
6-point game, a 2-score game, really, right? This is anybody's to take home. We knew both of these teams were going to come out wanting to win, looking to improve their records. Dallas Knights checking in at 1-3 and Nashville at 0-4. Both of these teams desperately want to win. The presence of Kung can't be understated. Palador talked about that in the broadcast. We'll send it back to those guys here in just a minute, but Kung is making a huge difference. Nashville coming on strong. The Dallas Knights so far have been unrelenting. They're sitting on a 6-point lead, but again, just 2 goals away from a tie matchup here. Anybody's match to win. To the guys in the booth, Dimwee, Palador, back to you.
All right, thank you, Brutus and Jeep Girls. And yeah, Dimwee, here we are. It is a close game, as have been all our matches here tonight on the streams. Once we reach that fourth quarter, will one of these teams pull away? Will we see a comeback maybe?
I think it's very possible, especially you get 2 goals there from the Legends to close out that quarter, and only 6 points away. That's only 3 2s or 2 3s. This one gets dumped in by the Legends. Turned over again. The Law picking it up here. Near side trap, sending that one out, but in the hands of Dash. Returns it around for the Legends. Dash send up to Kung on the near side. Is one in the bubble that is Lulz pressuring the goalie right now. As Kung continues in, goes to Lulz, who hits the sealable slam. Puts it in for the 2, brings his team back within 4 to start the fourth quarter.
Beautiful job. It doesn't have to be fancy and ferocious. It just has to be executed to perfection like that was. Kung had a little bit of wiggle room there to work it towards that bubble before being contested at all by the defense. And once he was there, you had the perch, you had the dunk, and with that, you have a close game yet still.
You know why they call it the sealable slam? Because it seals the deal.
That's a deal. Then I want a refund.
Oh, goodness gracious. You know why they call it the ender? Because you ended his whole career. As this one's into the bubble, Mozzie tracking it down. There's two in the goal. Oh, he hits it. What a shot. Hits that pocket. Oh, that was just gorgeous.
You know why they call that a pocket, Dimwee? Because there's money in there. You could spare at least a giggle. Dang.
I would, well, see, there was a facial expression, so if we were on camera, it would have been as good as a giggle. So you're right. I should, since we're basically radio broadcast right now, I should have given a giggle. You're right. I should have given a giggle on that one. But Kong is gonna send one out to Sneaky Evil. Sneaky Evil bouncing off the floor, cannot get it to Laws. This one's gonna be loose though. Who's gonna get there first? Is that Dash? No, it's Kong. Here for the Legends is stunned out down to the floor. Laws gets there, stunned out again, scoops it back to the back line though, where Dash will get it picked up. Dash sending it back up. They're gonna catch him in transition. Are they gonna do it? They are! There it is! They get another 2 on the board, they're back with it 4, just like that.
Holy smokes, that was a beautifully executed play. And again, what was I saying earlier about lulls? I applied to the whole team in there in that case, where they weren't rocket passes, they weren't moving at 1,000,000 miles per hour or anything like that, but they were executed exactly as precise as they needed to be. And that was such a nice team effort there to maneuver around the defense and get them that goal.
Oh, this one all the way, and the Law gets there.
Whoa.
That hurts. Oh, that is a painful goal. The Law gets it in for the 2. Still 5 minutes to go. But he does bring his team back up by 6. So, you know, the Legends right now cannot catch a break. They keep getting that 2, and then the Knights are responding with the 2 of their own. And they can't be doing that right now.
Yeah, that really does hurt, because that was a phenomenal grab by Law and Law, from a rather tough angle, but the quick decision making. And again, another turnover, so dangerous territory. They cannot afford these mistakes, or they will take another 3 going against them. And again, the lead balloons, but at a juncture, Dimwee, where it can't be afforded.
Yeah, this is not the time. This is not. It's one thing. It's bad enough to be trading goals, you know, 1 and 1, 1 and 1, but to lose control of the disc on your joust advantage and allow the other team to score not just a goal but a 3. That is so tough. And this send-in, that was so far off the mark. The Law is going to get it picked up easily. Sneaky was nowhere nearby. But the clear out in the hands of Dash. You got to watch out. Dash is going to be really jumpy on the back line here. He is exceptionally talented on the back line. It's Kong. I don't know how he got that grab. They're going to get the 1v1. Sneaky Evil. Oh, what a stop. Who was that? Was that the Law? That was B-Love. That was B-Love. Was that B-Love? That couldn't have been B-Love. That was the Law. Who was that?
It was the Law.
It was the Law.
I'm pretty sure, but that was phenomenal. Otherwise, the team play was there, but the defense was better. They'll still have some offense yet, Dimwee. And this time, an extra fake does Kong to find the bottom of the goal. They're within 7. Not over yet, certainly. But they're left reeling with those turnovers earlier. If this comes down to a narrow win, you just figure it's because of those excellent turnovers caused by the Knights at midway through that fourth quarter.
A quick pass on the near side to Mozzie. 7-point lead currently to the Dallas Knights. This one's down to the floor. Good chain to pick it up. The Law with it. Kong was pressuring hard, but wasn't able to get the turnover. Mozzie bringing it in. Mozzie juking by. Gets it in for the 2. They're exchanging again. 2 for 2. 2 from Kong, now 2 from Mozzie. That's going to put the Dallas Knights back up by 9 again.
Yeah, and make no mistake, it's not equivalent exchange here. They're going to need some alchemy to get back into this game. 2 for 2 is totally to the benefit of the Knights.
It absolutely is. 2.5 to go. Very, very quick. Boost there from Mozzie. This one's sent in, and it's going to be turned over. The Law with it. All they got to do right now is run the clock. They're up by 9. It's a minimum of 3 goals, too. It's 40 seconds. 40 seconds on the clock would be the point of no return. Knights maintain possession here. Mozzie bringing it in the bubble. Gets away from Laws. No, it doesn't, actually. Stunned out. Disc is loose. Picked up by Dash, who gets it out of the bubble. Kong is going to get it picked up. Flung towards that tube. Doesn't get it out, but Sneaky is there. Sneaky does not have a lane as that chain is already back in the bubble. Sneaky and Kong walking this one up. They've got 2 back. Can Sneaky get it away? No, Kong, that chain gets in just in the nick of time. They turn it over there. A minute 50 on the clock as Mozzie gets it cleared out. They do not get a clean chain down. It will be, no, everyone overshooting. Disc is loose. It's going to be the hands of Caesar. Looking for the ice. Going across to the law. Oh, it's off the mark. Still in the bubble though. Mozzie with it. Turning it around. Gets it in for the 2. That puts his team up by 11 right now. That is a minimum of 4 goals. That is a minute. They have 10 seconds to answer.
Yeah, that was effectively as ice as you can be on that one. The time is just not going to be there. Most likely, and with that, I mean, we got 2 players between Mozzie and the Law. This half, especially, just really doing a good job to close out. They're both almost at a 20 piece for that matter, didn't we?
Indeed, yeah. I mean, this is a phenomenal performance from a lot of players in this game. So Mozzie and the Law in particular. As Kong walks this one up a minute to go, he gets stunned out right at the edge of the bubble. And as we are just past that 1 minute mark, we are officially past the point of no return. The Dallas Knights are going to go 2-3 on the season. The Nashville Legends are going to fall to 0-5. I don't think anybody would have predicted that, should have predicted that at the beginning of the season. As Mozzie's going to send that one in, looking for another one. They do get it, putting the Dallas Knights up 50-37. As we're going to have time for maybe one more goal, but what a performance here from the Dallas Knights to prevent them falling to that 1-4.
They put the runs together when they needed to, and then even just the goal exchanging in the 4th. Once they had that control, even when they lost a couple of plays against them, they still came back and maintained that control over the course of this second half, especially. And still, I think the 0-5 record, obviously, kind of a heart wrencher for the Legends. But they've got to feel better about their effort here tonight and the cohesion that they had. Just having that linchpin in Kung back in the mix. I mean, there's still several games left to burn, and I can easily see this being kind of a turning point for the Legends into some W's here in the coming weeks.
Yeah, and so here you have your final team stats brought to you by iHeartRadio. And you can see on the board there, game high points going to the Law with 20. You also had the game high saves with 5. So I mean, that's a pretty easy case for player of the game. In my opinion, I mean, maybe not. I was saying his name a lot, though. I got to be honest.
Yeah. It's for me. There's a lot of high outputs here for me. The Law. I mean, hit the 20 piece. But the thing is, it wasn't just that. There was the unselfishness. You called out that awesome play to the shield, the dish off at really close range, just inches of space.
I really
light
hope
as
someone
come
clipped it. Actually,
back in the second quarter, I think. And then the saves. So how can you deny? You got yourself involved, you got your teammates involved, and you stopped a bunch of goals from going in on top of it. I mean, it was excellence from the Law for sure.
So that's our choice. Brutus, do you agree?
Oh, I so badly want to disagree. Mozzie had such a big 4th quarter. When this thing was anybody's contest, Mozzie showed up with a ton of goals in the 4th quarter and made it happen. But dang it, I can't deny what the Law did throughout the game. He scored early, he scored often, he kept his team pressuring throughout the match, and he got it done on both ends of the arena, and I got to tip my hat to that. As much as I want to disagree with Sir Dimwee and Palador for giving me a clean-cut case, I can't. Absolutely, the Law just dominated both ends, and he did it for all 4 quarters, and I think that's what was so important. He's going to be the player of the game tonight.
Well, there we go. That's it. I was a little shocked at the outcome. Gosh, the Nashville Legends came out swinging, and they were hard hitting in that game. But at the end, the Dallas Knights just took it, and they really nailed that last quarter, that was a fun one to watch for sure. All right, well, join us again on Saturday, 7 p.m. to 10 Central Time, as we have 3 more incredible games for you here in the Nepa Pro Series. We have the Austin Burners as they take on the Denver Raptors. Echo Club Kansas City is going against the St. Louis Hustle, and the Chicago Wizards will face off against the Orlando Cyclones. You can only catch those games right here on Nepa TV, so be sure to stop in Saturday night at 7 Central. For more information on the teams, follow Nepa TV on social media or visit nepavrpro.com. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a great night.